G'dowdy and welcome to LCK Challenger 2023 Summer. I'm Atlas. I'm joined by Chronicler here today as we're ready to jump into our final day of regular season Challenger. Chronicler, have you come to terms with that just yet?
I never do.
It's a bit sad.
Never do.
It's our last regular season variety cast with you guys in the chat as well, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm just personally happy that, you know, we had our 9-game Monday. Maybe we can close it out with a 6-game Sally.
That ain't happening. Just don't think that one's happening. Although, the last time, you know, like, actually no, I can't do it. I have a feeling that Gen.G is probably going to get clapped. But we do get to see DK, and we'll see whether they're actually up to par moving towards playoffs. Because they did show some shaky stuff towards the end of this season.
Yeah, and Gen.G are just, they're perfectly fine. You know, they don't really, I think teams like Nongshim, DRX, Humble Life have a very strong identity that you can see, okay, this player is really good at this, and they're able to do this. D+, self-explanatory. When they're good, I think they're the best team in Challengers. Have earned that right at this point. And with Gen.G, it's just like, you know, they're okay. Sometimes Carfe pops off. I feel like Winner is decent. We have Zest and Casting swap, and I don't really... It doesn't feel like there's a different player playing. You know, it just... Gen.G always feels like, yeah, they're cool, I guess. They're vanilla ice cream. They're
Well,
fine.
they are a bit zesty, so maybe it's like a moderately lemonized...
Maybe there's a little bit of lemon there.
Lemony vanilla.
They're oatmeal raisin. You know, that's...
I mean, it's delicious.
I mean, I love oatmeal raisin, but a lot of people don't. I don't know why. I personally think it's a delicious,
it sounds
underrated
a little bit more divisive
flavor.
than it is plain, you know?
Well, but it is plain, even though I like it. Okay, they're not oatmeal raisin cookie. They're just oatmeal with raisins, which
I don't know
was
whether this one's working.
my breakfast.
Yeah, I think
It's just oatmeal with raisins.
Talking about your breakfast at this point. Get out of Yundo. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful time. Quid will win us a game. Astronautilus, unfortunately, you are stuck in the past, my friend. We're going to have a look at the standings here. D+ still sitting at the top, but Humble Life Esports have been able to catch back up. And DRX also kind of hot on their heels. It's actually kind of cool though. It was D+ way ahead of everyone, and now it's like 14, 13, 12, 11. It's kind of cool.
And if D+ win it today, I think they also lock in first place, no matter what the score is, because they're so far ahead in game score.
Yeah.
Because they will be at 15, and even if Hanwha is able to equalize, which no, I guess
15
they won't be able to nonetheless, because Hanwha won yesterday.
Yeah. So
they can
only has one more to go. So actually, like,
regardless, is already locked in.
I think they're also locked.
They are. Yeah.
Humble Life Esports, not necessarily, as Nongshim, I believe, could theoretically catch up to them.
Could, yeah. That's
especially based on the game score being
end of the week.
Not too different. As D+ versus Gen.G going to be our first one, and then we got Bro versus KT after that. That is a series that I cannot predict at all. KT have been completely all over the place, and so theoretically we should say that, look, they're going to be the favorites moving into that one, but Bro, they were the first team to take a game off D+. They're not to be underestimated here in Challenger.
Yeah, I have no idea what is going to happen with those teams. Really, any team but D+ on any given day could be wildly different. We always talk about the inconsistency in Challengers and how much teams fluctuate, which comes with the territory of playing with inexperienced players. But particularly when you get to, like, because Guangdong, you know what you get. And it won't be good, but you know what you get. And with Gen.G, Brion, KT on the day, they could look incredible. They could have, like, really good meta reads. They could surprise you with drafts and execution. And then the next day, they just don't look that good.
True. I do have an important question coming from YouTube chat. Chronicler, what is your favorite type of cheese?
Top of my head, we have cumin cheese in the Netherlands, but I really like that. Yeah, it's just cheese with cumin in it.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is D+'s roster.
Yeah.
Thanatos, Lucid, Saint, Rahel, and Thumb. Saint is in Chronicler. I have no idea about this guy, but Poolbay has been up and down, and I guess they're just experimenting a little bit here. First, bringing up Thumb to give Bible a little bit of a break as he's been splitting time with the LCK roster. Wow, so wait, hang on.
They're also
Does
locked
this-
in first.
They are
so-
locked in first, but does this mean that we might see some pool day experiments? Does this mean that Showmaker's wrist is potentially hurting a little bit more? I don't know necessarily what this
Could
means.
be. I didn't even consider that angle, but that we'll see.
Yeah.
Because there are a number of reasons for this. There could be that Pool Bay would actually be playing in the LCK, which would be very cool, even though, you know, how he do is kind of up in the air. Then, secondly, it could just be them being like, hey, we're locked in. I don't think Saint has played any game at all thus far, from the top of my head. So if he comes in and he does well, cool. You know, D+ know that because I will guarantee you that whatever happens next year, Thanatos, Lucid, Pool Bay, they're not going to be in challenge. They might be on the LCK D+ team. They might be going to another region. They might be going to LCK. We don't know. But I don't think they'll be in challengers for another year.
No, I think these players are just that little bit too good.
Yeah.
And we'll see where they are going to end up. I think Lucid is going to be an absolutely hot commodity.
Oh, that's
especially given the fact that like Grizzly gets called up to the LCK and he's absolutely fine. And like, I mean, Lucid's like that was his every day. You know, it was just trashing players about as good as Grizzly. Oh dear. Well, Zest, Winner, Ophelia, Carfe, and Losper will be your Gen.G Global Academy roster here. Zest really has been the mainstay top laner. Has been a little bit of switcheroo earlier in the season, but it feels like they've locked in Zest for the majority of their games recently.
And for Gen.G, it felt initially like they were rebuilding kind of around Carfe and him being a player that was trying to fill the footsteps of, or the shoes rather of Pace, which very hard for obvious reasons. Even though Pace did a really good job of following up after Ruler, which also seemed like an impossible task. Ophelia coming back though has been great. This player is very fun to watch, very charismatic, and even though his haircut is not as glorious as it was, it is still up there as far as challenger haircuts go. And we'll see if Gen.G can match here today. Should be an opportunity for Ophelia going up against Saint here.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think that should be a place for Gen.G to battle through. I think their whole tactic of playing through Carfe, that picture of Ophelia is actually really cute.
Oh, look at that.
Would have liked the old hair.
A young LCK fan with a
Oh,
little
there
Gen.G.
we go.
Love that.
Training them young these days. Gotta make sure that fandom starts as early as possible. Like, you remember when you were a kid and your parents asked you what your favorite football team was going to be and things like that? Your favorite hockey team, favorite basketball team?
Oh yeah, I was about to say, I never really watched football, but...
I mean, football was a universal just because it means so many different games and so many different
Smart.
regions.
Oh, you're trying to
That's-
cover all your bases?
I was a bit of a base coverer, but I should have said baseball then, if that's what I was trying to do. Cause yeah. Oh dear. This is the day it's going to be, Chronicler. I hope you're strapped in. I hope you're ready.
Could I get your authentic pronunciation? Steelchus would be how you pronounce it. Steelchus. Which I never heard that last name, but makes sense. As we take a look at Lucid, as it turns out, Lucid real good.
Yeah, pretty good player.
Winner recently has been doing, I think perfectly fine. One of the better parts of this Gen.G roster, but when it comes to carry performances, and I think this goes for a lot of D+, it's also hard to really put into stats how much better the team is. It's more so how they move around the map, how they set up their objectives, and how they're able to just find angles that no other team in Challengers is able to do so.
Yeah. And I'm just looking forward to seeing whether Lucid's going to be on form here today with Saint in the mid lane, right? It has been a bit of a 1-2 punch of Lucid and Poolbay in the past, and when Poolbay's really performing, that's when Lucid can really pop off. And now with a completely different mid laner and the current meta's reliance on mid-jungle synergy, it could be a difficult time. But we'll see. Because, of course, I think Winner and Ophelia have been two of the high points for Gen.G in previous games. And sometimes when Ophelia is looking a bit tragic, that's when Winner starts to fall off. So I don't think Ophelia is going to be in that position today.
Should not be. Really, really curious. Now I'm also wondering, what if we get the call up? Because we were actually calling, I think, last time around during the desk as well, because Kana was clearly sick and playing LCK and didn't have the best performance against Gen.G.
Yep.
Didn't see any call-ups then, so it will be surprising. We'll see. Maybe Poolbay just gets subbed in game number 2, regardless of outcome, and we'll see what will happen. I think that D+, my main thing I'm going to be looking towards is their meta read. I do think this team has been, because of how good they've been and how long they've been one of the top teams of Challengers, gonna be seeing how they are able to actually play around the 13-14 meta, which actually does look pretty different from what we've seen. Aatrox is back. There's been some Shyvana experimentation, which I think best is left in top lane, but yesterday was picked in the jungle. Outside of that, Lissandra also coming to the forefront, which was also one of Poolbay's best champions. So
yeah.
a lot of things that we could look towards. And if D+ still look as good as they do with like 2 out of the 5 players swapped, will be a really big testament to anyone else, right? To Thanatos, to Rahel, and to Lucid. Because we've seen, both in positive and negative sense, one player can make all the difference in a team.
They absolutely can, and for better or for worse.
Oh yeah, we've seen both, literally in the LCK.
Yeah, and it was the mid lane subbed out, seemed to be the most damaging one, but maybe that is a specific case for a specific team, as opposed to that being the biggest thing that you need in order to retain that synergy. As the dude in the background is really losing his mind in this song. I haven't heard that part of the song just yet, because I feel like we're taking a while to get into the draft here. It might be right around the corner. It might be that we have a device issue, and it's going to take us 45 minutes to get into the draft.
I was waiting.
We're replaying it, yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for the draft music to start.
Martin? Is that like Martin? Your name's Martin, but you like Marta? Because that would be really cool. If D+'s top side is not in the LCK next year, I don't understand how life works. I agree to both parts of that.
Yeah.
I don't understand how life works, and it doesn't make sense if they're not in the LCK next year. Or if they're not, you know, somewhere else. We could lose 1 or 2.
YouTube chat is already off to to a classic YouTube chat start.
Man, I wish I could ban that even.
Yeah, there's multiple people. It's great.
Yeah.
We already could throw a few bans that way, but we won't be able to. As are we getting into draft soon? The players look to be ready. Hopefully, we will have the musical cue start up soon.
Indeed.
Because, you know, especially in Challengers Atlas, if we don't have a game to talk about, we are lost.
No,
what
exactly.
else could we possibly talk about?
Well, definitely not whatever's going on in YouTube chat. That place is a complete disaster today. Valdez's idea is that Tuesday is the not so great day when it comes to chatters. I personally think that Twitch chat on a Tuesday, probably one of my favorite Twitch chats to ever exist in the history of Twitch chat. So nice work, guys. Absolutely fantastic. But I 100% agree. I'm just not going to look at YouTube chat anymore. My relationship with YouTube chat is over. That one cheese question came in.
Twitch chat is now your best friend?
Yeah, Twitch chat was always my best friend, but it is now just confirmed that I made the right choice in best friend. Don't you love it when that happens? You know, when you just realize that a decision that you made a while back was actually just the best decision.
You actually did really well.
Yeah, a bit of affirmation. You know, it's just perfect.
Does that happen often for you?
Reaffirmation of my past decisions?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No, that's what I was wondering.
Atlas, your thought on the Matilda's big win line? They won? Oh, that's actually really cool. I wasn't actually following, but I didn't. Did they beat Canada? Is that who it? Oh my God, 4-0? Didn't they have like half of their team out with concussions? What the heck's going on? Damn, that is actually so cool. All right, well, congratulations, us, in the Women's World Cup.
Ronnie, how good is your Bahasa? It's very bad. I have not been. I've not started learning, but I will. I will learn the language eventually. And there is a new Carly Rae Jepsen album. If you're not, you know, if you in between breaks, if you want to check it out, I would highly recommend it. It's really good. There's a song, yeah, there's a song called Psychedelic Switch, my personal favorite single of the album. It's a bop. It's really good.
It's a bit of a bop,
I'll let you hear it in between, and then you can give your.
I mean, maybe I can just play it right now.
We definitely should.
We're not really doing anything.
Yeah, no, we definitely shouldn't, because I feel like
we might get DCMA.
Yeah, it will kill the VOD, but eventually, like, I think.
What do you mean? We don't need DCMA to kill the VOD. The VOD's already dead. It's
You're
dead on arrival, my friend.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great. I would highly. She felt. Do you want to get banned?
Whoa, get low. You are playing with fire, my friend.
I will not ban you, because I believe in not banning chatters for their own opinion. But you are.
By the way, my accent isn't too English. Do you think that has anything to do with me not being English at all?
Well, I could be more Euro if you'd like it. That's easy. Could you be more English as well?
I could be a little bit more English if you'd like me to
Yeah,
be, Chronicler.
yeah.
I reckon I could probably fix it up for you.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, now we got D plus here. They're pitting some champions, or they're banning some champions first off.
Okay.
We're going to get to Indian real soon, and I'm just not going to do it. Okay, Gen.G.
Stop comment.
Stop comment. All right.
So,
2 junglers
maybe
and
we
3
do
junglers.
3 junglers.
On each side.
There we go.
Beautiful.
No, I think for for Gen.G, that's actually the angle. Just ban everything. Just don't let Lucian play a champion. Just don't let him do it. Find a way. Have him play like Jarvan.
Well, I mean, there's still a lot of champions available now. Tristana is going to be locked in. And I think Gen.G can just focus on jungle because there's no pull bait. Kaisa Ivan would be kind of fun. Do they need to pick away the Ivan, though?
No, I think I've... well, so there's two arguments you can make. Lucid on an Ivan who is active early, but obviously his gank setup is really reliant, right? So if he doesn't have good lane setup, then ganking is really hard because of the way that root collar works, and actually landing it consistently is tough. But if you are looking at a double AD carry position and the best jungler in Challengers gets a facilitative jungler that is by far the best,
yeah,
I think you might be in some trouble. It does look like that is going to be the case, so we'll see if D+ are going to also lock in their next AD carry. There is, of course, also the flex potential.
Of the Ivern into mid lane. Absolutely. No, I agree with you. We are going to see the Xayah as the answer to the Kai'Sa. Kind of hate it, but that's fine. We just haven't seen it find that much success. It used to be the thing you would go towards, but just see how D+ are going to be able to play around it. As Ophelia, what are you going to be locking in here? It is going to be Tristana that he's up against, so he can lock away his pick if he would like to, but instead Cassante comes in for Zest. Kind of hate that.
Yeah, so the reason why I like the Xayah is I don't think the Kai'Sa matchup is good. I'm right there with you, but I do think Xayah is really good into Vi. It's one of the few AD carries that is able to still play the video game. Exactly, and Cassante kind of falls into the same trap. I also think that you're not kind of forced to ban Jax and Rumble. I think your Renekton matchup you're still fine with, but Rumble for Thanatos here is actually just like think about how good the Rumble pick is here. When you have double AD carry and an Ivern, right? So
no magic. Yeah.
You have no magic damage. It's a really good matchup into tanks now as well because the way that they changed. So I really hope Gen.G ban it. Really, really hope so. We'll see whether that is actually going to be the case or not. Because they might not. They might ban like Renekton. In which case I'm like, why are you blinding Cassante? That's kind of the point.
Yeah. Yeah, so they blind Cassante's... Well, I mean, Zest is like, my favorite champion is Cassante.
Yeah,
That's what he wrote down on his school project. Pretty sure.
His school project?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, no, it was a great project. And he had to write a little blurb.
A+?
I think it was a B-, but he was too busy playing video games. So,
actually,
I mean, half of the... It was only half the project that was completed. A little bit of a shame. So Ahri is going to be the final ban here, as at least D+ were able to protect their Tristana just a little bit. But Ophelia, plenty of options here. I think you could, like, Lissandra here would be really interesting, but Nico is going to be the lock-in. So Ophelia playing what we've seen find still so much success even on this patch. Is this the one where she got even further nerfed? Because, of course, we are on 13-14. And so... I think she's nerfed a little bit on this patch, or no?
I think it was just the last one. I don't think she was revisited on this one.
Okay.
As the Rel would make complete sense. We don't have a support locked in yet, so it will probably be Alistar for Lospa. But I don't think you're going to care too much. I don't think the Rel is like hard counted by any means. And now here for Thanatos, I would love a Rumble if that is something that he feels comfortable playing. This would also be great. Does mean that you're full AD, but Aatrox is so much stronger than he was. Like, I think the nerfs, or the buffs rather, really put him over the top. He's also on the chopping block for next patch, which, you know, happens a lot where they buff a champion. But,
that's a rock!
Oh, I love that.
Sometimes you want to be rock, and then rock is the thing you can be. Rock!
Rock!
Rock! Rock!
Yeah, because looking at the Gen.G comp, this will be a 2-threat comp, and a lot of it will be just burst. So Thanatos presses R on Carfe, and then Carfe can like flash it or he dies.
Yeah,
I kind of love it. I don't think it solves your AP issue, but your if you are able to stay on a decent curve when it comes to items, you'll be fine. If Cassante like gets ahead, or Saint and or Rahel are being put behind, you can't really afford a lot of the
I mean, once
shred that you
Thanatos
need.
finishes his Rod of Ages and his Shadow Flame, it's going to be fine, I think, as far as the magic damage.
There's no way. Don't. If it was mid lane Malphite, like then I would maybe entertain it, but I don't. I know.
Oh well, sorry. No. He needs his Deathfire Grasp, and then once his Deathfire Grasp is done, he's a real champion. He's really going to be getting in there. Wait, who is Thumb? Thumb is the support player for D+ Gear. Bible was called up to the main roster and has been sharing time with Kellen, although not last week. But he's still going to be there, helping with some shot calling and things like that. And so Thumb was called up from Academy. The man has a lot of promise. He was actually playing pretty well last week.
So, looking at D+ their comp, I think that provided that they don't fall behind too early and the Cassante reaches like unkillable mega full tank god status, I think things look good for D+. I think this is a really strong team fighting comp. I think they've been very good at executing these. You have a jungler that can really facilitate both Saint and Rahel. Great engage. Decent 1-4 side laning options as well. And we'll see if Gen.G is going to be good enough to shut down D+ with Saint and Thumb.
Saint and Thumb are in there, or Saint Thumb, as we like to call them. Let's rock out for a little bit before we get in. What the hell just happened?
I don't know.
We were denied our doo-doo-doo-doos?
I've been
because the CD skipped?
So
what the heck even is a CD?
You know how what's so interesting in life is sometimes you don't know how much you've been Pavloved to something until you break the pattern. And I just realized...
what?
Yeah, like the Pavlov response, where like you condition yourself to expect response B because thing A is happening.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't realize how much you need thing B to happen, and with how much of your being you're expecting it, until your do-do-do-do is taken away from you.
What if we just do it? Like,
okay,
after, okay,
everyone in chat, get ready.
Okay, I don't remember the breakdown and what it sounds like.
You want to just do a 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
All right, there we go.
We did it.
We made up for it.
We made it work.
And now we're going to do another one every 4 minutes.
Okay, I'm not on board with that.
You're not on board with that?
Why would you want to do another one every 4 minutes?
Because it's a protest to get do-do-do-do back.
I think they know that we want... They know how important it is to us.
But no, they don't. Not until we've done it every 4 minutes. What do you guys think? What does chat think? Should we do it every 4 minutes?
Don't ask chat. Chat would encourage us, no matter how bad... Actually, on the contrary...
That is not true.
If the idea is bad, chat will be more incentivized
that is
to encourage
absolutely...
us.
No, see, there's a bunch of no's.
Every 10 seconds.
Every... yes, every 10 seconds would be better. Every 4 minutes. See, there we go. Every kill. Oh my god, okay. From now on, I'm going to try and play-by-play do-do-do-doos instead of kills. Let's have a look at how this laning phase is going. Currently, Thumb and Rahel having a pretty good time here into a lane that doesn't really do anything at level 1. And so it does sort of make sense here. Zest demonstrating why he picked the Riot champion. As Affiliate taking a lot of damage here from Saint. Look at this guy, brand new. Straight into the mid lane here for the strongest team in Challenger. And he's doing all right. And he's just going to get flashed on. Does have to flash away, but that's some pretty good reaction time. There's the young hands for you.
There's the Zoomer hands. If that hits, he is dead.
I think he's the generation after Zoomer.
Like Alpha?
I don't. What's the next one?
It's Alpha, yeah,
Is
Generation Alpha. Yeah, I don't
think
know why.
he's looking like a bit of an alpha here in this lane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like that. Let's take a look. Actually, we usually have the birth date of the player. So Saint.
Is the next one like Sigma?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have Sigma
No,
after
I
Alpha?
don't think so. I think it's just that's just it. Oh yeah, he was born in 2005.
Okay, so he's not actually that young.
He's like a lucid age. He's
Yeah.
not that crazy.
He's ready for
He's
the
only
LCK.
like, you know, he's like 17, 18, 18, I guess. Yeah, 18.
Do you
That's
guys think
fine.
Gen Alpha and Gen Beta will be memed to oblivion in 2050? Do you think 2050 will exist?
I mean, it will. I don't know about, you know, the internet. We'll see. Time will tell.
Maybe we'll get like that. Maybe there'll be an apocalypse before that, or something. All of the movies will be true. As Thanatos can flash, gets out of the way of Zest here. The Rock, unfortunately, not having a great time. Kind of similar to like, what is his most recent film?
Black
Wasn't
Adam.
that great? Yeah.
Yeah, that one wasn't very good. Did you know The Rock has supposedly a clause in his contract that does not allow him to lose fights?
In movies?
In movies, yeah.
Weird.
I just, yeah, I don't
Didn't he lose fights in Fast and the Furious?
No,
like,
so he
often?
doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he
Against
doesn't.
Vin Diesel?
No, so he doesn't lose. It ends up relatively even. It can't show him actually losing.
Wow.
Yeah.
His ego is pretty weak, isn't
Yeah,
it?
which is, well, that's my take as well. Yeah. There's numbers of ways to.
Doesn't
to
he
look
get
at it.
killed in Scorpion King? Yeah, so maybe he put the clause in after that.
Yeah.
So
Could
it was
be.
like, I don't want the Scorpion King. I think maybe the CGI problem was more the issue in that particular
I
movie.
think Scorpion King had a lot of issues. I don't think we can get for them in one
Actually,
challenge.
no, to be perfectly honest, like, Scorpion King was great, except you really did break the immersion a little bit when like, Computer Rock was trying to do some stuff. Anyway, did you know The Rock has a little pebble?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
How would you read that comment out loud?
I don't know what it means.
What do you think it means, Atlas?
Well, I'm just like a collection of smaller rocks. Does he have a collection of smaller rocks?
Yeah, sure. Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
So, it's the opposite of what is it? Danny Trejo is like, if I'm a bad guy, I gotta go down because I don't want to teach a bad lesson to the kids. Being a bad guy should not be rewarded, which I think is that's super cool.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Right?
I like this this comment, which is, I hope that if they ever make a Pokemon movie, they make The Rock play Geodude.
Nice.
I agree. Big egregious. Egregious.
As in egregious?
No. Affiliate is trying to run away from Saint here, who does have, you know, some trigger seeds, some fun times, and he's also playing the best skin. I love this player, man. I'm pretty keen.
on board, yeah.
Yeah. Zest and Thanatos. Zest kind of losing out on that trade. And speaking of losing trades, also a difficult one here for Losper, who does triumphantly roar. Goes against kind of what was happening to him. However, it does give him some health back, so he's going to be all right. And, ooh, Ripple just barely missing there from Lucid. Could have been dangerous. The Blooming Burst is walked into there by Saint because he's got a Trigger Seed. Doesn't seem to care about it too much. And Thumb going to find yet another stun onto Losper, who's just sort of gallivanting around in this lane.
Yeah, really big was that Lospa on the previous trade still had Aftershock, so he didn't actually, even though they lost the trade, he didn't take that much damage, but it was down for this one. Wasn't able to proc it, or I think cooldown was still not available to him, so really takes beating there. It's going to be the early Drake. Given over to D+ here.
And so this is Acorn's here, right? He's currently, he's currently
bubbling to send up.
Maybe Acorn is just a big Saint fan.
Could be.
Maybe he just like saw him on the Academy roster. He's like, I want this guy. I don't want that Pool Bay guy. Or something like that. You never really know, as that all out was not exactly what Zest wanted, I don't think. But still, the ultimate has to be used here from Thanatos to get himself out of there, because his flash was still not back up yet again.
Yeah, you're basically a punching rock. In the beginning of this lane, you don't really have any meaningful damage to speak of.
Better than a rocking bag.
Very true. Once you finish your Sunfire, life becomes a lot easier. Cassante is very high base damages are not enough to really hurt you anymore. The shoot stacks along with Scarface has to cleanse and flash.
All right, Losper will find a Pulverize here to get Thumb out of the way, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough to help them in this lane. They are already so extraordinarily far behind. As Thumb, that was really cute. No real care for his life whatsoever, and now it is a 80 carry without any summoner spells. And
Yeah,
I think that they just have to vacate. Yeah, they just
Absolutely.
have to get out of here.
We'll see if they actually choose to do so. The one upside here is that Rahel actually has not backed in a while, so he's not sitting on that much wall damage. But if Carfe dies here, the game gets extremely hard, and I think he might be...
Yep, he's looking to run away. I think staying near your turret would have been a good idea, as Lucid was trying to pick the ultimate, but it did not work out. First blood going over to Rahel. Kind of gorgeous.
With the BM, really clean. I like there as well from Lucid. What he did was he cleared the ward, and then he walked away. So the vision before it falls off shows him walking away, which is why I think Carfe fought.
Oh!
Because almost got the kill there. Lospel wasn't there. Might have been the end of it. So it looks like you're walking off, which is I think what prompted Carfe to stay, and then he died. Which I think he would have died just to Rahel and Thumb, but it would have been like a little bit dicey maybe.
Yeah.
But now it was not. It was very clean, and now Rahel is a kill, and he's also up 33 CS and up 3 plates.
And Carfe just missed the minion with his Void Seeker.
And they have an Ivern. So all the problems with fat 80 carries become way worse. And you have Vi, which is really good if this was like a Varus or a Kaisa even, or a Zeri, you'd be like, it's fine. We can get the Vi out, but it's a Xayah. So she just presses R.
Yeah. I haven't seen a Xayah this far ahead in a really long time, actually, especially not in this matchup. And I think that like the Alistar certainly does help out DK because his early laning isn't super great. As
Delivery.
It's going to work this time around as Winner does find the Vault Breaker. There is the ult from Thanatos, but the cease and desist will come through. Flash comes out so that he avoids the Q. But I have a feeling he's still going to die. There it is. Zest is going to pick that one up. And Gen.G striking on the top side. Speaking of striking, here in the mid lane, we do have an explosive charge exploding on Ophelia, who's desperately trying to hold on. Really feel like Saint has had full control of this lane so far, and Lucid's just going to walk under this turret. And even if they don't get a kill here, denying a whole bunch of these minions is still going to be very high value. As there's the rocket jump forward. Pop Blossom does come through. The flash out from Saint as the explosive charge not going to quite be enough. Winner going to need to stop Daisy from destroying Ophelia as Thumb's moving forward as well. Saint wanting to come on over, but will just remain in the mid lane. I love the aggression from this new player from D+.
Yeah, he doesn't care at all. Pretty cute there from Lucid. I think he just mistimed it, which is why it didn't work, but he tried to smite the caster so that his root collar would hit. But I think he was maybe, either it lived for a second too long or he messed up the timing. It could have been the immediate kill on Ophelia. Not going to be enough, but they're still winning out on a lot of these plays. They're applying a ton of consistent pressure. Top side, nice counterplay from Gen.G, but you did still have to use 2 flashes, which takes away a lot of the offensive power. You killed Malphite, who does not care at all, didn't lose any plates, and Rahel could play with impunity knowing that Winner was top, and is now up 50 CS.
That's quite a few CSs.
That is a lot of creepies, yeah.
Yeah. He's picked up quite a few of those.
We should smite the casters, always a very true Zormi. I do agree.
Oh, Martin, Zest being pro at Valorant, Overwatch, and League, and PUBG.
StarCraft as well?
And StarCraft. So Valorant, Overwatch, League, StarCraft, PUBG. They're all the games that Zest plays. He's a very busy boy. Or busy man. Because him in StarCraft 2 is...
they're old.
Much older.
That's just kind of how it works. That's
how
how
it
you
goes.
know we're old, because we watched StarCraft 2.
Meowdy Laura, welcome. Welcome, welcome.
The vibes person. Oh, yeah, KW Man. Oh, so KW Man actually did really good vibe checks on... did you hear them? Yeah?
No.
Okay, so...
I did hear Losper taking a bit of damage, so we're going to see him flash away. He does have to ult, but that means that he had to ult. Which should mean that another Drake is going to go to DK.
You don't fight for this. Maybe you try and kill Thanatos in rotation, but I don't... That's still...
I think he'd press R and be K-Rock.
So... Okay, Rock?
Okay, Rock.
So,
One OK Rock?
yeah, that was the reference I was making.
Oh man, I really love that band.
So that's why I knew you would. It's a crowd pleaser. So no, the vibe for Wolf was guy who would sit with his son on a fishing boat for 3 hours, and then the fish would not bite, and the son would complain, and then he would go, "That's not the point." Which is like, I think Wolf was like, that's actually, yeah, that's Wolf. I forgot what the one he had for Feldus was. I'm sure someone in chat remembers. And then for me, he was talking about Golden Sun, to which I said, you know, I'm a big Golden Sun fan. I would love for it to be remade, but the actual Golden Sun enjoyer, the biggest one, is you.
I am a big Golden Sun enjoyer.
Because I'm not quite
I don't
there.
want it to be remade though. I think it's perfect the way it is. I think that it's at that era of graphics where it's just fine.
It ages really well.
Yeah, it's like Super Nintendo games. Super Nintendo games are always good because that system was perfect for that graphic style for those games.
Yeah, if you look at Link to the Past, it still looks incredibly,
Yeah, Donkey Kong
good.
Country, for example.
Same. Yeah.
Still looks great. You can up the resolution maybe, but I don't think you'd ever really want to change.
I think the right way to do it though is like Link Between Worlds was a really good example of a, because it was there were you could sense that the skeleton of the game was the same, but they introduced so much new stuff and a different style, and I mean that was a truly incredible Zelda in general.
Yeah, that's why it was difficult moving to N64, because you kind of knew that graphics were going to improve to the point where it's not just a bunch of polygons running around the screen. And so it just didn't quite feel the same. PS2, similar story.
I did also find out that some of the really obscure Game Boy games that I used to play are now getting re-released on the Switch. There's one called Yggdra Union. I don't know if you played it.
No.
It's like a tactical RPG. And it's like, I forgot that they played it until I saw someone post on Reddit, hey, this game is now released on Switch. I was like, oh, I played that. I played like a ton of, there was another one called Nights in the Nightmare, which was a bullet hell strategy RPG. That is one of the most
bullet hell strategy
one
RPG?
of the most confusing games I've ever, and I was young. I did not understand what was going on at all. But
I still don't.
Those, well, true. Yeah, I mean, I'd argue that I still don't. Maybe none of us do. But at that time, in regards to the game, I also definitely did. And there's Groove the Herald being started up here.
Yeah, got some wards in the area. Gen.G, it is fully known by DK what they are up to. Zest just trying to be that front line. Saint moving on over now as well. Has a decent flank angle if he wants to go for something. Daisy getting amongst it. His thumb's going to move forward. Winner secures the Herald, but can they actually win the fight? As now Zest taking a lot of damage. Magnus Storm comes in. They try and answer with a decent cease and desist there, but it doesn't quite work out. Pop Blossom's good. It does manage to catch Saint in the middle of his rocket jump, but he's still at basically full health. Kasante doing some riot things as the knockup's coming all over the place, and Saint is just bouncing around the battlefield. I don't know whether it's going to be enough, though, as he will be taken down, and Gen.G find themselves a beautiful team fight.
Really big there. Gen.G able to keep the front line separated. So D+ wasn't actually able to get on top of the back line. What happened there was a lot of the engage was used on Zest and Winner and Lospa, who don't care at all that they were engaged on, allowing Carfe and Athena to actually pump out a lot of damage. That combined with the fact that Rahel was not able to do a whole lot of damage, got locked down by a really nice ult from Ophelia, meant that Lucid and the gang were just missing them. Look at this, right? Carfe gets knocked up, but doesn't actually take that much damage. And then this ult from Ophelia that catches Saint on the very edge as well ends up being really big. Rahel, even with the Federico, isn't able to actually kill. Carfe goes in, really good recognition of him there, of the weak spot that the enemy team is in. And then once you lose the front to back, once you don't actually get to keep your carry safe, because this comp doesn't get to do a whole lot. And Gen.G, really big win, because these mid-game wins are going to make it so much harder to chew through the front line. Like, look at the itemization as well. Zest, Iceborne Gauntlet. Why is there a... I was really about to be really proud of him with the steel caps and Iceborne Gauntlet, and then there's a Negatron cloak there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's doing.
I don't like. Even if it ends up being Abyssal, no.
It probably will be, but that's still not looking great.
Just build
a Sunfire Cape, man.
Full armor. Yeah. That's all you need.
Just do damage.
Just full armor.
Well, Saint standing in his little brush, built by Lucid. He'll be absolutely fine. In that last fight, I think if Saint had have got a buster shot onto the Nico before Ophelia got in there, instead of rocket jumping over the top and then getting caught, things could have been a bit of a different story in that last fight. We also didn't find a very good unstoppable force for Thanatos as well. So certain things not really working out here. As Thanatos now underneath this turret, struggling a little bit. Gen.G will take their first Drake of the game. A casual Ocean here, as we were denied the Cloud Soul. It was a little bit upsetting.
Before I forget, have you seen there was a popular content creator that made a parody of Eurodance in the 90s? I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Eurodance?
Yeah, you'll know when you see it. I'll show it to you in,
How am I
in the break.
supposed to listen to the whole new Carly Rae Jepsen album and watch that? How much time do you think we have in the break?
Well, that depends if it's a 2-0 or not.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, just reminding you. I think you would really enjoy it.
All right.
We'll see. Maybe
Is it
you
like
don't.
Epic Sax Guy?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm a big
it's the
fan
same.
of Epic Sax Guy.
So I want to share this with you. So that guy in his saxophone solo, what happened was at the end of my high school, we had to do a project, like a really big project that encompassed basically everything.
Yeah.
And you were supposed to take like 2 months to write it, which I didn't. I tried to do it with my friend who had exactly the same procrastination problems as me in the last 3 days.
Nice.
And in the final night,
Did you decide to do interpretive dance?
No. Oh, no. That actually,
you always get free marks for interpretive dance.
So this is another... I did also do an art project that was supposed to be like a really minor, and then me and my friends went way overboard and became this really angsty existential movie that made 0 sense at all. But no, what happened was we spent 10 hours on it, and I know this because I played the 10-hour remix of Epic Sax Guy.
Oh,
and it's just the one bit where it's going... And then I wrote...
I could have played it for you for 10 hours.
Yeah, so
that was like my pride and joy, playing that on the saxophone.
My entire night was just that. And it's still seared into my brain. And we got a great mark on our project, and we didn't sleep at all.
There you go. I remember we had a similar one in our drama class, but we decided to do absurdist comedy, and you can't get that wrong because you just do as many stupid things as possible.
Quality commentary for a competitive video game, exactly. That's what we're here to provide.
Oh my god, LCK CL Global 2069. Hi casters, I believe I was summoned from yesterday.
Yeah, someone did make LCK Global 2024.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're ruined! Oh god.
Maybe we can just change this one to just global, and then it's fine, which I think we should.
I think by now that's already been stolen.
Probably.
So I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do.
We're suffering from success.
We really are. But I think we just go ahead, just find whichever year we can. Maybe we're up to like 2165 or something like that. Maybe that's just going to be next year. That's what I'm into. All right. Zest here towards the bottom side will be able to stop Thanatos from being able to go home. Thanatos is going to be a little bit upset about that, but Thanatos has a Sunfire Cape, so he probably wins any trade.
He should. Yeah,
and he's fine.
Zest went Abyssal, which... Ugh. So
really
Abyssal... he does have...
But don't worry, he's got another Negatron.
Yeah, he's also... Yeah, that's...
What's
so he's
that?
not... I have no idea. So he's not going... Which is what I was expecting, Sunfire next. He does have 2 magic damage dealers. So in that context, it makes sense. I'm still not the biggest fan of it.
The extra non-magic is the biggest problem. And I guess he's going to be in lane against Thanatos for a lot of this game. And so he needs to mitigate the massive damage that this Sunfire Cape's going to do.
Okay, so I know you're being facetious, but if you need an MR item, just go Fawn. Because it actually, I think, is a lot better in the 1v1. Xanta used the movement speed well, and it gives you a lot of stick and power. And Abyssal Mask, if you don't yourself use the value of the curse, then it is just not nearly as good efficiency.
Huh. Well, we've got some vision being cleared out. Haven't really had a revisit of any sort of team fights or anything like that. D+ struggling in their last one, so you can kind of understand it. The core items now completed for both Saint and Rahel, which is fantastic news for D+, relying heavily on these double AD carries.
It'll be Guardian. It'll be Stoneblade.
I think, yeah, Stoneblade's fine. It's a pretty core item for good old Casantos.
So, Cafe is going for the more audio attack-oriented build, which is a little unfortunate. I would much prefer.
Are we up
it if
for
you
a
just...
TriCast? Embridge, what do you think? For playoffs? Oh, I think we'll probably have a TriCast or two. Maybe.
Probably for finals, maybe? Who knows? Maybe not. We didn't have them last time.
LCK Global 2026 is available. We're really going to have to, like, wait a few years before we can cast Challenger again, I think.
Just go back to simultaneously all co-streaming it and not on channels.
Oh no, I forgot to do the do-do-do-dos per kill.
Yeah, no, I figured if I didn't remind you, you would just
failed. As Thumb is trying to get out of there, Daisy pops on in, and she will start softening up Winner here just a little bit. See how it is going to go. There's a battle towards the bottom side. Thanatos going to win that one, yeah.
Because of Sunfire.
Yep, Sunfire is completely overpowered. Winner is like, should I even try to help? As I think Thanatos can ult out, and he does so, avoids the Vault Breaker quite nicely. But now he won't have that for the next team fight, as Ophelia throws his clone into the brush. Oh, Root Caller is going to connect here as Thumb. Decent frontline position, has the Magnet Storm available. And there are some ults still available here on Gen.G's side. Zest doesn't have the all-out and is now looking for a little bit of a reset, but he will still be a tanky frontline for them to deal with. And this Drake is just going to be taken. That is Soul Point now picked up as Winner is going to move in. There's the cease and desist as he does get the pushback. There's the Pop Blossom once again. Saint is going to be caught in the middle of it. He's going to go golden now as well, looking to try and survive this as we've got do-do-do-do's about to happen. There it is. Carpe is going to pick up the first one of the fight. Winner also able to take one down. Saint does manage to kill him in the end from the grave as Rahel is just doing his very best to single-handedly win this one for his team. Does manage to get a couple of kills, especially the one on Cafe, and they take the Drake. So not actually that bad here for D+.
Yeah, by the end, it's a 4 for 2, but you did get the Drake, which gives you Soul Point. So the call from Gen.G I do appreciate here, which is just going really hard and try to win the fight as opposed to trying to get a dragon. Again, Ophelia's Pop Blossom is really high value. This time around, though, Saint a little bit late, could have dropped off the mark and made sure they didn't take the Kai'Sa Prosma. I don't think it really would have mattered though, as Winner gets a really good ult. And then Rahel actually salvages it here, because if he doesn't pick up 2 kills, then this would have been a complete disaster. Oh yeah, yeah, and then because of Quick Blades, he also gets the second Blade Caller in.
Yep.
And as a result,
I just accidentally spoke into my straw instead of into the microphone, by the way. So I think my last couple of sentences
only I heard it.
Yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. Lack of professionalism here from Atlas. I'll be better.
Unbelievable. In my challengers.
I know.
And we also did see that even, obviously Saint did have to invest his stopwatch, but the amount of healing that Lucid did there and how long he could keep Saint alive despite everything that was being thrown at him, pretty sizable. And we also start, I think the deeper into the game we get, the more damage Rahel is going to do, and the bigger the issue for Gen.G is going to be, where if they throw this much into just killing Saint, it won't be enough. Thanatos' Malphite, though, hasn't really been impressive, him being that far up in the side lane and not having his ultimate available. I think the Malphite ultimate is a lot more valuable than the all-out. For Zest, getting onto either Saint or Rahel should be really hard and not really be a possibility.
Yeah, I agree.
So him not having it means that Ophelia and Carfe are not threatened at all. So step it up, Thanatos.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Ophelia can get done in the next fight as well. I think he's been really, really good.
Yeah, really big ults every fight.
Yep, basically you can judge a Nico by how well they get their ultimates to work in the majority of fights. Sometimes Pop Blossoms just don't work because you have to see the future a little bit. And so you can look a little bit silly if you mess it up. But so far doing all right, as Lost is going to get a control ward into this Baron pit and gets the news that the Baron is currently being started. Teleport to come through here from Ophelia to get him down there, but they are just rushing this, and Winner is going to steal it away. Alrighty, bit of a disaster here for D+. The Blade Caller going to come through. Lucid able to pick up the first kill. Zest, will you be able to find it as Saint is going to reposition beautifully? And there's the all-out to make sure that Zest is going to be A-OK. Thumb actually flashing out of there, but another beautiful Pop Blossom as Ophelia goes golden to make sure he doesn't die. Rahel and Saint still doing so much work in this fight, though. And Gen.G, they're going to have to try and get out of here to keep some of these Barons alive. Yeah, the snare is going to just barely connect as Thanatos. He's got his rocky arms around this Nico. Going to be difficult for her to escape this one, and there it is. Thanatos will be able to help take this one down. He's not going to be bothered by... okay, never mind. Another snare is going to land. He runs pretty quickly after throwing wagon wheels out. Does he have another wagon wheel? Another wagon wheel? And there it is. Sprinting after Ophelia, and there he goes. Slams the ground, 500 gold. Very, very nice.
Look at... He did the most damage by just the virtue
Sunfire
of
Cave.
the best item in the game. Orcs, very happy with this one. So it's ironically a complete...
He's also Molten Malphite, and he built Sunfire Cave, so he
phonetically
actually
accurate,
is Fire Rock.
So
Amazing.
it's the complete opposite of the previous one, where I don't love that they flipped this. I would have much rather have them heal. But in the previous one, Winner is able to, or rather, D+ gets the objective. This time around, though, Rahel is able to get so much damage down already, and even without his ultimate available, the backline dive isn't really there. And this is where I think D+ ideally want to be, where you have so much offensive pressure, with Lucid actually being able to dodge the Pop Blossom there, and the full health bars on Rahel, and say, like, the long fights, you're always going to win as D+. So dragging it out into this longer type fight where you double DPS can really do a lot of heavy lifting ends up working out. But because the Baron goes over to Gen.G, it's just even again.
Yep.
Like, and there is a buff on Zest and
Look at this
Carfei.
Baron power play.
It's 333 gold!
That is so many threes!
But D+, if they get Ocean Soul, are going to be feeling a whole lot better because it makes it so much harder to burst people down.
Ocean Soul Ivern as well just sounds
Yeah,
really broken with
it
Trigger
does.
Seeds being
We do
able
have
to
Zest on the
reset over
flank.
and over
They
again.
spot him.
Yep, Control Ward here in the pit, as one going to be taken down here as well from D+. Saint looking for that flank angle. We'll see whether he can do any special deliveries as he gets into this brush.
He did get spotted.
He's
Yeah, he
going to
has
have
to
to
jump
hop
back
back out
out.
again. There we go. It was just a blast cone, so he did have his W back up, but doesn't
Thanatos
have it
found the
now
back
as they're
line.
going to dive forward. Ophelia, that is the wrong one, but they still managed to zone, utilizing that shape splitter. I really like it. Thumb just tanking up these voids, and that is going to be a drink taken by Malphite. Okay, it's a bit silly as Spot Blossom is going to connect into the backline. They take down the Zyre. It's a massive teamfight win here for Gen.G. They lose the soul, but they don't seem to care. Thanatos, Sunfire Cave! It's not going to work. And that is going to be an ace for Gen.G. Can they just win the game?
Ooh, I don't know.
No.
With the, I think with four turrets still being in the way, at the very least they might actually. Yeah, no, I think they might. I think they can because
They
Thanatos still
should be able to, right?
40 seconds. They're at the very least going to get the init. We'll see how far they can get in the Nexus turrets. But yeah, I know. This
We
is
got
done.
4
No, it's
seconds
done.
on Thumb.
It's done. 100%.
I have a feeling it's just over.
It is done so. Ooh, man.
Gen.G really finding the team fights here. Sometimes you trade Soul for Nexus, and it doesn't really work out because, of course, the Nexus is a pretty important part of your game plan. And so D+ going to fall to the hands of Winner and the gang. Gen.G looking fantastic. I love that the photo of Ophelia was taken back when he had his dope mullet.
So, big problem there is that, yes, they get the dragon, but the engage from the team didn't really end up working out. And I want you to pay attention to how much damage Rahel is able to do in this fight. Because I'm going to tell you right now,
it's close to enough.
It's not a lot, and they really need him to do damage. Because Fun goes in, but the rest of the team isn't ready, and then they just overforce. And I'll have you know, I did vote, in fact, for Ophelia because of this.
Oh my god. I haven't voted at all.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely voting for Ophelia as well.
Yeah, I do think that is the only call. And the moment that he dies, that's it, right? They don't have the damage. This is a 2-carry composition. One of the carries gets immediately blown up. And the team fighting of D+, I think, not really able to work with this Nico as Thanatos, you did well. We are proud of you. And Soul for Nexus, Gen.G just better team fighting in this one. And I think the Nico, we've seen it drop off a lot, and I do think it's a lot fairer than it is, but the pick was literally like basically 100% win rate and permaban. I think we might kind of crank up the priority again. I think that this is one of the transitional
I think
periods.
that like this is a mistake from D+ to let that one through, and especially banning Ahri and not banning Nico is like DK deserved to lose.
I would actually do the opposite. I think that because of Vi specifically, I would just ban Azir. Because I think Azir in this draft is kind of whatever. You have 2 AD carries that actually can deal with it fairly well.
Yeah, fair.
Tristana, Azir is fine. I think Ahri Vi can be really hard to play mid-game against. But I do agree with you, like, if you swap out the Azir ban for a Nico ban, I think you're good. I think that D+ can win this one. Instead, Gen.G, with really good team fighting, it's looking good for the 6-game Sally. Or maybe Gen.G just 2-0 them. Oh, we don't know.
Yeah, you never
Could
really
happen.
know. The Tristana priority, of course, understandable, but Kai'Sa being able to be picked up on red side is also another one of these things. So
Yeah.
Gen.G making use of the tools given to them, and Ophelia is going to pick up the POG pretty understandably here on the Nico. Absolutely fantastic play up against the new player of D+, who laned quite well, and then team fought not necessarily so well immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I think Saints, given that his first game, it's understandable.
Yeah, I think he was fine.
Definitely a lot better. And the biggest difference here, again, for me, was just how the team fights looked. And for D+, again, they're playing with Saint and with Thumb, as opposed to Bible and pool base. So this team not looking as good is to be expected. But I really want to just give credit to Gen.G. The team fighting, really, really good. In laning phase, they were a little bit worse than D+, but they kept their eyes focused on the prize, which in this case was just a couple of really, really big Nico ultimates that allowed them to take the wins.
Yep. Fuchi, sorry, yes, you did. You missed the entire series of Game 1. And it was a series of events. And now you can see the series of events in Game 2 after the break. We'll see you there. G'dowdy everyone and welcome back to LCK Challenger 2023 Summer. I'm Altus, this is Cronny Wani, and we're ready to get into game number 2. Gen.G up 1-0 in the series against D+. Struth.
Cruel, it's cool, it's crazy. I don't know why it came out as cruel, but, you know, in a way it is. Gruel. But not, that sounds like gruel is a word, it's like grub.
Would you say it's pretty fetch?
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's never going to happen. So no subs. We are going to continue playing with Thumb and Saint here. And as mentioned, going into the game, I think the draft for D+ was fine, but we did see that the team in team fights not looking as crisp. Saint showing some of his inexperience, and Gen.G just looking good. I just hope that they keep it up. Actually, I think it'd be really cool for Gen.G if they get a 2-0 here, if they buy themselves a little bit of momentum, because they are the most likely player see. Just to give you guys an idea, they are not mathematically locked in, but the next team underneath them is Breon, who are currently sitting on -8 and are 2 series behind. Yeah. So it is really
So they're
hard.
relying on a Gen.G loss.
Exactly. If Gen.G wins here, they lock themselves in for playoffs.
Wait, they've almost... I think they've locked themselves in for playoffs already with a
Just
win
with
here.
the one win.
Because you won't be able to catch up in game score. And I guess they have to... So they
mean,
need
if they
Gen.G to
lose-
actually lose the series, and then Bro needs to win both of theirs.
So even if as long as Gen.G win the series, they are locked in. If they lose 2-1, then they would still go down 1, and then Brian will be able to overtake them.
Indeed.
So if you're a Bro fan, then you don't care, because who cares about making playoffs? You're a Brian fan. That's not the point. If you're a Gen.G fan, getting a win here would be absolutely huge, and it feels like right now we've seen D+ in general kind of flounder. Now, is it realistic for a team to expect them to keep up a undefeated streak? No, and they definitely haven't. They're up to 8 game losses now. 8 in a season.
Oh my goodness.
Now it's 9.
That is
unacceptable.
Absolutely unacceptable.
Wow.
We'll see whether this travesty of gameplay is going to continue.
I knew that the challenges wasn't that good. You know,
I
knew the whole time that these guys were overrated.
True.
I knew it. I told everyone.
Yep.
Oh, look at those.
Sparky FF, there are randomly a lot of good Australian commentators.
We're probably...
That's a lot. Wow, she is just obsessed, isn't she?
And she has already had 2 of them signed. That fan goes on to something.
She is very keen on Lucid, and he right there is very keen on his screen. We'll see whether they're going to be able to pick up a victory here. Of course, Lucid, the only one wearing the jacket, which is interesting. Hey, Wolf, how you doing, man?
He did the owner thing before, where he didn't actually put his sleeves through the jacket.
Whoa.
I know.
That's pretty fetch.
You really want me to say the line again?
No. I just want you to get on board. We need the synergy.
Okay, but only if I can then say streets ahead, and you have to respond enthusiastically every time.
Streets ahead?
Streets ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's great.
There you go.
How many streets?
Doesn't matter, you're streets ahead.
Like as in, like, if you're going
Just
down the
accept
street,
it,
like,
Atlas.
it's like intersections?
No, you are streets ahead. You're
it's
ahead
like, how many streets do we have to go until the next turn-off?
You're ahead of the curve. That's all it means. It's provocative.
Gets the people going.
Yeah.
I'm going. I want to go. Maybe, do you want to take, you could just, and then I could, and then I can go.
You just want to say fetch again?
Well, no. I just want to leave.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So, I'm fine. Yeah, if you want to go out and I don't know, frolic.
Yeah, I'm into a bit of frolicking every now and again.
Frolicking.
I am also into drafts though, so let's talk about that for a little bit. As D+ are going to this time ban away the Kai'Sa. I do like that. Because Carthay was down like 100 CS, but still did the most damage on his team, and I think that is a bit mean. We're going to see a first pick Vi here for Lucid, and denying that from Winner, and in the same breath, giving Lucid a bit more agency in this game, and I like it.
So Tristana and the Xayah would be at the forefront here. We did see that last time around. The Vi actually still having a great impact. Shout out to Winner for still doing well and being able to consistently get on top of the Xayah, even with her having Featherstorm and making that very hard. How did DK lose one? Their Nexus exploded.
Their Nexus exploded, and they also gave Kai'Sa, which was a little bit of a shame.
Yeah, they banned it now. So life is good. They could have just picked it, which I would have preferred, but we'll see what they end up going for. As when looking at the priority picks, Rel definitely would be high up there.
A bit of Raya. Zell? Do you like Zell?
I like Zell. I like
Zell.
both.
Okay.
Zell and Raya are both fine. You know, as long as there is no Samira pickup, I'll be completely fine.
Oh man, Samira is my favorite.
Okay, D+, it was like last patch it was still kind of okay. It was really nerfed this patch.
And this is Saint as well. And so I like
it's also
normally I'd be watching D+ and I'd be like, oh man, pull ban Lucid with some synergy here, you know, the Bash Bros, but now the LeBlanc for Saint is going to be locked in, and that makes us feel a little bit quizzical.
Poolbay made us single-handedly believe in it again.
Yeah.
That's actually what he did. But you know what the funny thing is? If this might just be AP LeBlanc, and then it's completely fine.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, maybe it's just AP LeBlanc.
It's probably
we can hope.
K'Sante going to be picked into the Jax. Completely underwhelming, in my opinion, but Zest has just looked good on this champion, right? It's his most played, his most confident, and so they're just going to pick him up, his favorite champ. The Ashe going to be banned away here, as of course, it is the bottom lane that DK are looking for on their next rotation. Annie to be taken away from Ophelia. And I would like to see the Neeko ban as well, because Ophelia played
no Azir, ban the Neeko.
We don't care about Azir.
Like, if they go Azir, it's fine. You have LeBlanc.
And Vi.
It's okay. You can play out the game.
You can tell him to cease and or desist.
Particularly with Xayah already taken on the board, like you'll end up with like Ezreal if you want to save carry into Neeko. But they don't even have to really show the Neeko. They can just R5 it and just go for a jungle on full.
Yeah. Well, Viego going to be the ban away here.
So you lock Neeko.
Yeah, probably Neeko. If they're going down the tier list, maybe they want to keep it Shuriman. And then just lock in a game 3. Or Azir. But it's the same thing. Buffed Lissandra also, Arc Polar, yeah, we're there with you.
Would also be really good.
This would be less good, but they're going to lock it away anyway. Ophelia what?
I'm very confused. I've not seen this in a really long time.
Yeah. It's just not where I was expecting them to go. And I don't think
Neeko
was touched on this patch, right?
No, not as far as I remember. So Neeko is open.
So Neeko support for D+.
And Azir is also open. Interesting. Okay. You know, I'm giving the benefit of that. We'll see what Ophelia is able to do with it. Might be a previously attempted answer into the LeBlanc that maybe now works now that she's been nerfed, but
wow, Astro Nautilus has learned how to type Nautilus in Korean. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Good for you. Ooh, thumb.
Pike Zeri sounds like a weird lane.
Yeah, it's not good at all, but I want to see it. Because you know what the cool thing. Okay, well, so the cool thing about Pike Zeri is it's not actually Pike Zeri, it's Pike Vi.
Ah,
yeah. There's
so
no
it's the Pi lane.
Yeah, you just Zeri doesn't really get to see a whole lot of Pike. She just has to make it work on her own. Pike is going to go on his own adventure.
I kind of like it.
So is it
we have Nautilus. So we've got like the double unavoidable ults here from D+. So if at first you get Featherstormed, you then just use the other one.
Gen.G are so willing to just pick stuff that I don't expect. If you told me that we'd get like a Victor or a Set, I'd already be like, why? I'm still going, why? I think the Set support makes a little bit of sense into Vi.
Gen.G just like playing all the games.
They really, well, not only that, but they're also, I think, one of the teams that has been most happy to just try new stuff. I remember them playing like Sejuani mid in the game. They're just a team that loves to experiment.
I wonder what this
successful. I genuinely don't know.
Maybe like Vi goes in, then you power slam her out.
So I actually think that playing a short range composition into the Gen.G comp does sound like a nightmare. Because you have Set for counter engage, you have Victor and Xayah, who are two, I'd say, of the best kite back champions in the game. You can create space with the K'Sante as well. And you have Rel, so you don't... Because one of the biggest issues you have with Set support is engage is bad. Yeah. Right? Like the only thing you can do is like flash or counter engage. Yeah. But with Rel, you actually you tick all the boxes. Now, when you look at the power level of the champions, am I very skeptical? Yes. I don't think Set support's good. I don't think Victor is in the best place right now. But I think the comp makes sense, and maybe they can convince us.
Well, we'll just have to see. As DK on the other side, they have a beautiful 1-3-1 composition. They have Zeri there as well. For late game insurance and things like that. We've seen Zeri's actually perform very well when she's not the focus of the composition. I don't think hyper carry Zeri is necessarily a thing that you can play around, but Zeri as a tertiary carry certainly does work out very well. So we'll just have to see whether D+ can make it work after a rough game 1. Saint now on the LeBlanc as well. If this was the original D+, I'd be like, there is no way they lose this. There is so much comfort here.
Oh, yeah.
But we haven't seen too much from Saint, and so yet to be convinced of what could happen. And this is a composition that relies on mid-jungle a lot as well. So Lucid and Saint going to be put to the test, I would say.
We'll see how Saint's able to do. We'll see which LeBlanc build he ends up going for, because I expect it to be Shiv, but again, I want to reiterate, Shiv has been nerfed 3 patches in a row now.
Yeah.
And it already was at the point, like 2 patches ago, where we were like, maybe stop prioritizing it as highly because it's not winning that much.
Please stop.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying.
We did.
Especially for the mages. It's not really our favorite, but we'll see where Saint is going to go. If it is just going to be AP LeBlanc, then we're kind of all right with it. Because LeBlanc is kind of just fine.
Yeah, I think LeBlanc as an AP carry is still perfectly adequate. Also, Thanatos on the carry makes me happy. Thanatos' Malphite was... it did the most damage in the game, but it was...
Sunfire Cape did the most damage in the game.
Very true. It was okay. It wasn't great, wasn't the best. We've seen him have a lot of success on like bruiser tanky characters, but not really on full-on tanks. We'll see, Atlas, and we'll also see whether the music has been restored or whether we are again.
That's what I'm really worried about. So let's rock out and see whether we rock out for real. Justice for the do-do-do-doos, everyone. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Ooh, Saint already out there with
we know
the wrong build, but he does have the right skin. Mistletoe LeBlanc, big fan.
There was perfectly timed as well. The fan chants were done as we went. It was great. I really enjoyed that. Hex Flash here for Lospa, so hopefully he flashes level 1.
Oh yeah, he needs
We have Ophelia with the Scorch, the cookies. You know, he's going full early game Victor.
Yeah.
Try and
we've got shiny Chandelier as well from Farm. Like
nice.
that.
Isn't it Fright Night?
Shiny Chandelier skin.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, well, it was the Chandelier skin, but it's a different chroma. So it's the shiny version.
Nice.
I don't know whether shiny Chandelier actually looks like that.
Isn't it? But is that the actual name of the skin line?
No, I don't think it's actually named after a Pokemon.
Okay.
But it looks exactly like
I thought you just meant chandeliers and like the Sia song.
No.
Like I want to swing from the chandelier, you know?
Yeah, no, not quite.
Oh, okay, well.
Lucid doesn't lose too much in general, but not on this champion at all. There we go. We'll see whether that is going to work out because, of course, Vi's priority was very, very high at the beginning of the season. And she was then banned a heck of a lot. A lot of teams weren't giving this to Lucid. And this time they first picked it to tell him to just win the game, please. And we'll see whether he's going to be able to do so.
I wonder if he makes a read that he's being invaded. They did know that you have a ward on top side, but they could very well just think that Winner started on bot and is then pathing upwards. So Winner might be able to get a 2-camp lead here. Would be big. I do think the 1v1 looks a little bit rough, but the Gen.G mid and bot lane doing a really good job of aggressively applying pressure.
Yeah.
This is one of the, you know, we often talk about Scorch and whatnot being kind of silly, but what's going to happen now is because Saint is getting pushed in and Felia has been able to really bully this lane, Lucid won't be able to cross map, because if he tries to walk into the jungle, I would 100% expect Felia to...
Thanatos taking a lot of damage here as the Counter-Strike does come through. Winner's going to turn up as Thanatos flashes out of the way, but the Q is going to be set up, and Thanatos is going to leap strike, but there's the flash. And Zest is going to be able to pick it up there, so they trade flash for flash. Winner also uses his, but it's still first blood going over to Gen.G. What a great start for this squad, and they're already up 1 in the series.
See if Lucid can try and even it out. Take Ophelia down here.
All right, that is the flash out from Ophelia. I like that he waits the maximum amount of time to try and avoid the Vault Breaker flash.
And now Lucid is in a really awkward position here. And this is a really good early game from Gen.G. Textbook, really. As Lucid, I think, also didn't spot the ward. So will not have the possibility of going into the jungle unnoticed. It's just going in on Lospa here.
Yeah, this is dangerous as well. Because Saint is teleporting back, I guess, but...
I think it's fine. He has his Nautilus with him, but early win here for Winner. Lucid will be able to get this, but with Rahel backing as well, that just isn't a possibility to try and invade. So great early game here from Gen.G.
Yeah.
Got their jungler ahead, got a topside gank off as well.
Things working out so far. And Ophelia is ahead by an entire wave as well. And as the victor, of course, you should have some early priority against the static Shiv LeBlanc especially.
Oh yeah.
who now looks like she's building a Hex Drinker. It's just going to be Merc Treads alongside the Shiv. And so we'll just see whether Saint can kind of salvage this whole situation. First back here for Ophelia should be a pretty good one. As, oh, Chain's actually going to connect here.
That's big. Good cancel.
Yeah. Was that a Scryer's Bloom that spotted out Ophelia there?
I think it was
he had
blind.
some eyes on him.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, Death Ray's flying through, and Ophelia, if he continues to land these, remember, he has teleport advantage. So can just go back, get that full health bar, full mana bar.
They're actually able to set up Lucid. This is really nicely done. So he's able to, I don't think he was spotted on most of the vision based on how he pathed. Might have been spotted on the Scuttle, but there isn't really any counterplay because Zest did have to go for a back. Ophelia's back has been cancelled repeatedly. So this actually allows Lucid to pick up some camps and equalize the deficit that he was in earlier. So
yeah.
Really big moment here, because if he doesn't get these camps and he remains very far behind in experience, particularly on Vi, champion is not reliant, but definitely a lot stronger once you hit 6. Could have been rough, but now we'll be able to do a full clear as well from top to bot, and we'll be perfectly fine.
A very happy Vi in this game. Currently a camp behind, but that is absolutely all right. Finally, the back does come through for Ophelia, who does get the Lost Chapter back as well. And a luxury control ward, you love to see it. Winner kind of perpetually on vision here around this map. A couple of control wards actually around his red buff that he gets the bad news about. We'll be able to clear out a control ward at least, so that's a consolation prize.
What if Lore is coming back for playoffs? This is a known fact. Yeah, no, she's going to be there. Don't you guys worry. It's going to be really fun. Chronicler also, yeah, I don't know. My accent is all over the place. It has been a... Because I lived in London for a year, now I'm spending my time with Australians and someone from the north of the UK, which that in particular, yeah, I mean that's not a good combo. It's like all the bad accents smashed together.
What do you mean? I take personal offense to bad accents. How dare you?
Yeah.
How
only you get to make fun of the Australian accent.
Absolutely. I think the Australian accent can be great. My personal version of it, not the best. But that's because it's bastardized.
So it's just your fault, not the... Okay, well, I've
been away from my country for forever, you know?
I don't get to talk to a lot of Australians, though. You're really my, by far, highest exposure to them.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Thanatos is going to get all outed.
So dead.
And now, yeah, he's just... there's the crash down
Almost
from
a
Winner.
flash.
Does find the stun. Q is going to miss, trying to go for some alcove gaming. As he does flash away, and okay, he will survive. There we go.
I actually was expecting Zest and Winner to also flash, because their flashes lined like we're so timed last time as well.
Yeah, right.
But him living here is really big, because it does mean Drake will be going over to D+, and they will not be paying with a life for it. They will lose the blue buff, but that's a sacrifice that I think you're willing to take.
And yeah, so this first Drake will come through. That is going to be Hex Drake for the next one. And Chemtech Soul, I think he's in the cards. I don't know whether Dan is paying attention to it.
He's not. No, he's actually enjoying his days off, which power to him.
Absolutely.
But also, I don't enjoy you giving us Chemtech Souls. So
yeah, it's the fact that it's his responsibility makes it it's pretty harsh. As Saint's got his Kachizis, and Thumb is looking for a hook. Wasp are just hanging out, helping take down some of these minions, and these Death Rays. As this damage stacks up, Ophelia looking better and better. Really is chilling after such a good back timing. Even though it was stopped quite a few times to get Lost Chapter, it just makes you feel so comfy.
Feels amazing. One day we'll get we actually do have someone in our team that is from Texas.
We do?
But they're not on broadcast, so... And they also don't have a strong Texan accent.
No, they really don't.
Not even remotely. As Herald is getting started up. Going to be going down here shortly. I'm really curious as to what impact Saint's going to have on this LeBlanc. We'll see once Shiv is done how much impact he's still able to have with it, as we do see Carfe and Lospa now falling behind because they have to play very respectful, because Winner is doing stuff on the top half of the map.
Yeah, Carfe will get zapped here by Rahel, who charges up that bar and is able to really poke him down. Doing quite well. You can see slight advantage for the Zeri in the lane as
it ain't easy being Kercheesy.
Absolutely. Zazel AU. Or Zexel AU? I'll go with Zexel.
Zexel.
Zexel. Saint kind of pulled it back a little bit here. Only 5 CS down, so not being... not out of the woods, but not struggling too much. And is moving closer and closer to the Noon Quiver and then the Static Shiv that he is still going to be building on this particular patch. Which is bad news. That is a very aggressive usage of the Chaos Storm, and you can understand why. As Saint not going to have that extra money go over to Ophelia, but tell you what, I needed to be sold on the Victor pick. I'm kind of sold. Already
good, right? Lucid might get a kill on here.
All right, that's a cast curse, guys. Big apology there.
You were saying? Can you repeat your last sentence?
I think Victor is just trash, just garbage champion, and why would you pick it? Like, look at what just happened.
The funny part as well is I think that there is literally, like, because he didn't have time to flash, right? Like, there's literally no champion there that lose.
True.
Given the state there, unless you. I mean, yeah, he just
and he gets over the wall. Winner was right there. He feels so
very safe. So he's caught shopping. And Lucid also is really nicely done. Actually, stays close to the wall, so he doesn't get into vision until it's too late.
Yep.
And even if you do flash there as Ophelia, I don't know if it saves you. Winner, I don't think would have been able to get there in time.
Does have flash advantage now because Saint did flash to control the chain.
Also, Ophelia is going a damage build. This is no Crown Victor, which I greatly appreciate. I was very worried about that.
Yeah, big into it. And Thanatos just tidying up some waves here. His thumb is towards the top side. Winner over here as well. We heard a weird groaning sound. As that's a depth charge. Yeah. Winner just here to protect. And Thumb not going to bite off more than he can chew.
I assume it was Vi, like Vi's E.
Yeah, it was very loud. It was randomly very loud.
I think, yeah, it could be Rel, but Rel's voice is a bit higher pitched.
Yeah.
It's not Zaya.
K-Cutie is a bit of a DK fan. It looks like an XD when you type KD like that.
Oh, it does look like a weird XD.
It's like an XD, but you're sleeping. Like you're feeling, you haven't fully woken up yet?
Or you have a very thick eyebrow.
Yeah. Could be a thing. As Rift Trail going to go down, that is a Gravity Field doing a whole bunch of work. Magnet Storm comes down and Saint not going to be able to get out of it. That is Victor picking up the kill. Best champion in the league. Absolutely incredible. I can't believe this sleeper OP is finally being utilized by Gen.G. Unbelievably well done in the draft phase. And they will be able to get themselves a charge, get themselves some plates, and get Ophelia back to buy his first mythic. His first mythic, because he's going to buy more.
He doesn't have that augment, okay?
Yeah,
he can't buy multiple. Have you played 2v2, v2, 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 v2 yet?
No, I've just watched a bunch. I haven't actually
you should
played
play.
it.
It's fun. I know you're busy with your Honkai and your Diablo, but it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, no, I should.
You're not going to?
I probably will.
At some point?
Yeah.
Nice. Let me know.
I will. Lost but moving towards the top side. That's taking a bit of damage here from Thanatos, who is still a bit of a threat in this game. And now I've got an all-out opportunity. He isn't going to use it. As there's a flash face breaker. We've got Suplex available as well as Cease and Desist comes in. Suplex comes down as well as Thanatos. He's looking to try and get himself out of there. Zest in a bit of trouble. He's doing some Cassante things, but not enough of them. Haymaker almost connects onto Thanatos, but it's not going to be enough. So, DK getting themselves an advantage towards that top side as Winner trying to answer with a Dragon.
Thanatos finally getting the help he deserves after eating so much. We're able to actually take down.
Ophelia could be in trouble here. May have to flash, doesn't. As Rahel is just doing some zapping here as Winner dives forward. That's another Magna Storm. Pretty nice one as well. As the hook is going to connect, but Thumb is just squished. Oh, you hate it. As he flashes out of the way of the Extendo Beam. And Saint looking for some stragglers, but will not find them. And now it's Lucid's turn to start off this Dragon.
So Ophelia actually having a great game on the Victor. Very cool. But the rest of the fight not going too well. Rahel, good sidestep there. If he gets hit, he definitely dies. Already used his cleanse. And that...
We're handballing this Drake back again as Saint is looking to get in and utilize his nerf static shift to do a whole lot of nothing. Camtech's all it is.
No!
We knew it was going to be this. I already said. You have no faith in my ability to predict dragons. Like, otherwise I would be saying, oh, looking forward to the cloud.
I do. I just wanted you to be wrong.
Yeah, people generally do.
Ooh,
Unfortunately, when they say that, they're sad.
Oh, is that a first-time better in my chat? Oh,
Ooh.
Wait, see who's first. See who's first. Oh, I'm gonna try.
Quickly,
Let's try again. No.
Oh no!
I need to pull up my chat. Oh, your chat's gone.
My screen went to sleep.
Ah, you're not gonna get it.
Did you boop him for 1 billion years?
No, not yet. Oh, my chat's also no. Scroll
No!
down. We need to know.
No!
Quick. There we go. Okay, I got him.
Ah,
there we go. So, back to the video game. In case you were wondering, do we appreciate betting? No, we don't. Don't bring the betting into our wholesome, lovely challengers chat.
Yeah, feel free to do whatever you want with your money, but just don't share it with the class.
You would be a great. You would be the sassy teacher.
I was actually thinking, so if I wasn't a commentator, I probably would be a teacher.
Oh, same. Yeah, I've considered it as well. We're going in.
I also once considered being Victor, and then I thought maybe it would be too hard to live. But Thanatos is also struggling with that one, so they're going to trade 1-for-1 Jax for this Victor. And it should mean that Gen.G, with the position that they have right now, should be able to collect themselves Shirley. D+ able to answer with a couple of turrets perhaps as well, and this inner on the bottom side is massively high value. So
they're also
the 1-for-1, and then this turret getting taken down to about 50%. I don't know whether you want to be wasting all your time on this second Herald.
Any 6-game Sallies in the chat?
6-game Sandra is what I'm into.
Ooh, I like that. Looking good right now, because Saint, if he actually gets this turret as well, they get so much gold off of this one play.
That is massive.
So much.
It's like a 3,000 gold lead they're going to be adding
turret,
towards.
which, you know, oh no, tier 1. Woohoo! Anyway, yeah, no, he's sitting on a 1,200 gold lead. I don't even think Ophelia had a bad game, although there, you know, your positioning as Victor is very important.
Yeah, how is this 12? That is absurd, actually. That's actually just.
Well,
that
he just got an inner, so that's like 600 gold by itself. An inner at 16.5 minutes is definitely a lot of gold. And he's also up a little bit of TS. He got a decent amount. As we take another look, it's just it's a gank on Ophelia. You know, they're able to do a lot of damage, but then reinforcements come in, and I think this teleport actually is a mistake. Lucid is able to get out. They get Thanatos forward, and they're able to get the Herald as well. But because of the teleport and Zest not being able to cover, they lose the inner, which just makes it not even remotely
But I mean,
worth.
the inner wasn't even touched at that point, right? Like, you could have just sent someone back. It's not like the Rift Herald was going to stop the backs, you know?
Yeah, that would have also been better. But I think that even at that point, at the very least, Same will get a lot of damage down and will get it on a subsequent push. But it was not very well handled by Gen.G, as Ophelia, he could be a Zaire.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't have a stopwatch or anything like that. As now, once again, the revenge is going to come through here. As Saint is not the target to chase. Probably would have been chasing the other guy. As we're not going to be able to find a stun. And Saint gives him a good old thumbs up. He's standing on a control ward, and so they know.
Yeah.
Now D+ is looking for Zest. Extendo Beam going to be avoided, as is the Dredge line. Minion Wave in a bit of a frustrating position there for good old Thumb. And so Gen.G just kind of falling apart macro-wise here in this game. The mid-game not really somewhere where our challenger teams thrive when it comes to knowing exactly where to be on the map.
They're getting really, this is credit to D+. They're pulling Gen.G around. Like, Gen.G are just trying desperately to get anything going. It's not really working out. Now, this is not an insurmountable game. They were sitting on a similar deficit last time around and then pulled it back through clean team fighting. But D+ after last game with this draft is also clear to say we're not going to team fight. It's not happening. We're not doing it. No fighting. Only push. Only split push. Only 1v1.
I mean, that's what
pick up Victor.
Yeah, that's what they built for
million
themselves.
times. Yeah, but given how the last game played out, it's working well. And Saints, you know, he's looking good. Yeah, it hasn't been like the main reason why they're winning, but
I think Zest may die this time. They're taking their Cassante for a walk, connects the Mimic Chains as well, though, and that is going to keep him in position. And zappy. And Saint's going to pick it up with a Sigil of Malice. Not a Sigil of Silence. That died many years ago.
So many. I think someone checked it recently. It was like 2014. It feels like it's not that much,
I know.
but it is.
The good old... But thinking about it, the fact that LeBlanc had a silence, that was pretty broken. And she wasn't even played all that much when she was first released. It took people a while to realize that she was completely broken. I think it was Faker that really put her on the map.
Wonder, is it Kassadin, his Q is no longer silence, right? It just breaks channels.
It does, just breaks channels.
Yeah.
I think Feral Scream is the only one that's
yeah, you're right.
exists.
That's the only one that's still in the game. And that one feels fair because it's tied to a champion that was released in like season 1.5.
Yeah, and also he kind of looks like a dinosaur, so it sort of makes sense that he's just been untouched this whole time.
Yeah, he also doesn't have like a dash or a blink or a teleport, so it doesn't feel as uninteractive, you know?
It makes me sad because I actually feel like Renekton should be the champion that isn't buffed or nerfed ever because he's a crocodile, you know? He's like perfect
He's
evolution.
the Apex Predator, yeah.
Yeah, right?
He's been unchanged. Well, he has been changed infinite times because he's...
I guess Malzahar still has a silence as well. And Soraka kind of has...
yeah.
Does Soraka kind of have a silence or is it not a... Is it a silence still?
Blitz, Garen... No, there's still a bunch. Forgot about the Garen one. 3 towers for... Yeah, it's not looking too hot.
Oh yeah, I guess Garen. And I play a lot of Garen. I should probably remember that one.
We don't know if Faker will play, chat.
Everyone forgets
Timo
about
silence.
Garen.
That's a blind.
That's a blind.
So you have blind.
Timo doesn't silence
So you
anyone.
have blind
Timo makes
silence.
everyone else louder.
We don't have Deafen.
Yeah, Kassadin not a silence.
I wonder what that would be like, a Deafen mechanic in League. Like, it wouldn't really work. It's like, what downside would there be to just you not having any game sounds?
What?
Maybe, well, I'm saying, so we have blind.
Yeah.
Right? Blind and silence. So blind and mute.
Yeah.
But we don't have anything that deals with taking away the ears, because we're talking about taking away the senses.
Huh.
Yeah. But
Deafen?
Well, that's my point, but that wouldn't really do anything in League.
Why not? Just make it do something. Call it Deafen.
Yeah, okay, but then how would you have that actually be impactful to the game? Like
maybe
something.
Oh, maybe Deafen just takes away your HUD.
Oh, I like that. That's
you just don't get to see your UI at all.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure that it will be very fun and interactive gameplay. People will love that.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. I don't know how many people actually look at that much anyway. His Thumb is going to have to flash to get himself out of the way here. Gen.G wanting to rely on their team fighting a little bit as Depth Charge going to be utilized, but he trades it for the Chaos Storm, so you're probably going to be okay with it, especially with Magnet Storm used as well. Lots of storms. It's a stormy type situation here. Yeah, there's an inhibitor turret that is just dead here in the bottom lane. Man, I got really distracted talking about other random stuff.
This is
an inhibitor turret taken down.
Yeah, this is peak D+. This is still them. I think this is a way of therapy for them to dealing with what Dundun did to them in finals in summer. Where they're like, we are going to just split push.
We will learn how to split push and we will do it properly. And they're doing a great job.
We'll learn it the way that Dundun did it to us. So Lucid is just hiding. He's not Twitch, but he's still
sneaky, sneaky.
And he's hiding. And he's just home.
Wow, look at that static shift do kind of nothing. A little bit sad. Yeah. His Lich Bane is on the way. And I think a lot of this is to do with the fact that LeBlanc's kind of got used to this playstyle and they just don't want to change, I guess. So we're not going to see old LeBlanc back.
So also the damage to specifically champions is still pretty decent.
It just doesn't have
feel as bad because you still get to use the Night Harvester proc on the enemies. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's that good. But you know, it's 3-in-1, and people are still playing it. So clearly, we are wrong.
Yep. There it is. Must be on us. You do kind of mind control your opponent to pick Victor that no one picks anymore. So that's kind of cool as well.
This is a full damage Victor as well. Like, Ophelia is really committing to this is going to work or I will be dead.
When he has a stopwatch, he will be so relevant though.
I think he's going to go Death Cap. I don't think he cares. I think he's going to go Death Cap and then he's going to blow everyone up on the enemy team in half a second or die himself. The honorable way. Brazil? Sure. Yeah. Welcome if you're from Brazil. There's no Brazilian players
Brazil
there.
Question mark.
But there are players that might be playing in CB LoL down the line. That is very likely. Ophelia played in the... I don't think he played CB LoL, but he played LLA for a little bit.
Ooh. Man. I actually, I'm reading over the Zyra buffs again. I reckon I could play League of Legends again.
You know what the best part is? You can jungle Zyra, and it's pretty good.
I know, you've played a bit of jungle Zyra, and especially now that you get the double seeds from your W now.
Yeah.
Makes level 2.
Wasn't Fila in LJL? No, I think it was in LLA. Vital wasn't in LJL. Come to Brazil, Caster. I mean, I'm not going anytime soon to Brazil, as far as I'm aware.
How does the grasping roots flash interaction work? If you E-flash now, because it doesn't lock you out of flashing, does it now follow where you're going, or do you just flash around where its original point is?
I don't know. Haven't tried yet.
I'd like to know how that goes.
Filia was in LA. Yeah, that's what I remembered. When did we last see a Zyra? Oh, well, I know exactly.
That was when Vikla accidentally locked it in.
Yeah. They accidentally locked Zyra,
and KT won with it.
And then they won the game, and then they still lost the series, and DRX made it to Worlds and won it.
It was a very weird situation.
It is the most unlikely and unbelievable.
The fact that they won that game but lost the series is just the most.
It's so dumb.
It's beautiful.
So dumb.
Well, winner is going to flash. Wow, that was actually a very strange interaction, but. Luckily for Winner, he gets over the wall.
Have you... Oh, I have played Patapon. Patapon was great. I love that game.
What?
Patapon, the game?
Oh, I never owned a PSP.
I also played the really cute game with the blobs that move left to right. Loco Roco, I think it was called.
Loco Doco?
No, that's the coach. No, Loco Roco. Where you don't control the blob, you control the level, and they had some really cute soundtrack. I need to listen to that soundtrack again. It's been a...
Did you play Zumbinis back in the day?
No.
That was a cute little game.
Don't know. I've not played.
Caster's Poco Loco? Yes. You know you've made it as a media professional when you start getting the messages of come to Brazil. Is that actually how it works?
Nice. That's cool.
But as long as we did get that.
So Thanatos, it's
all right.
It's an Elder for Nexus angle.
Exactly. We're looking for it. So the Baron is down extraordinarily low. Lucid. Oh, he gets into the pit and he just steals it away. Just sharing the wealth, because that's what Winner did to them in the last game, and now Carpe gets over the wall. Lucid is going to die, and the team fighting for Gen.G remains amazing. The Haymaker trying to work out here as Thanatos is going to win the game, but we're going to cast the team fight anyway, as if they have any chance of actually winning. And now Saint just zapping them to death. Yeah, Thanatos is just here, winning the game, and Winner is also going to die. D+, they're just going to be able to take everything here. We're going to game number 3.
Oh, yeah. We were already on the precipice
so
of
we went from Soul for Nexus, that is how Gen.G won the last game, and then Baron for Nexus, and they didn't even get the Baron here in game number 2.
So it's nothing for Baron and Nexus.
Who's POG? Is it just Lucid?
I don't know. I'm feeling... Maybe it's Thanatos. He absorbed a ton of pressure and just kept pushing.
Yeah,
no, I think it's Lucid. It's just.
He also died from First Blood.
It's just always. Well, yeah, because they used to flash.
I mean,
but
this one.
He stole the thing, and Lucid like just went around and snowballed everything. It's just. It's really funny when it comes to DK as an orb. Just vote the jungler, and you'll always be like mostly right.
You'd be like, no one's gonna really fault you for it. I want to know what Yundo voted for. Yundo, if you're listening, can you please let us know who you voted for? Yundo!
There's also the angle of voting Chovy, no matter what Gen.G game is being played.
Yundo's vote was to jungle as well.
Yeah.
We're in good company. Affiliate did a fair bit of damage before dying multiple times. Carfe did not very much damage at all. This is what we see most of the time from Zaya, is it's either feast or famine, right? It was feast in the last game, even though Rahel did lose it. This time around, definitely famine. As also Saint actually kind of making this thing work.
He played really well, and he actually
got
the last
team fight he did very, very well.
Yeah. Really good understanding. That's the main thing, right? Being able to know that you have to cancel the backs, weaving in and out, not dying, while simultaneously applying the pressure. That was the D+ that we were kind of expecting coming into today. And
6-game day is 100% on the cards, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, it's 100% happening. Yeah. The only thing that would be more challenging than a 6-game day is us thinking it'll be 6, and then
it's 5, and like Bro just smacking down 2-0.
Randomly 2-0, or KT randomly 2-0. I could believe anything that you tell me at this point.
And it's pretty high.
Very gullible.
Absolutely. Han Solo says that his vote is for Nautilus. We'll have to send that through. I'll just type that in the POG chat right now.
Very important. Everyone is involved in challengers. That's the beauty of it.
Astro
You're all
Nautilus
part of it.
in there just saying, heck yeah, very proud of his boy. You love to see it. And yeah, so that means we're going to be moving to another game. We'll see whether DK can bounce back, but sorry, Gen.G can bounce back, but I think that this is looking pretty pretty good.
Steel Object Baron 1.
I love it.
Oh, I love it's actually just a line straight out of a database. isn't it?
Everyone in chat spam Steel Object Baron 1. You know,
One
you know
vote
what to do.
different with Saint. I don't vote
That's-
for LeBlanc's that still builds static
I mean,
shield.
I think it's kind of cool. I think saying the shoutouts, it makes sense to you, but it was definitely Lucid.
Steel Object Baron 1.
Well, I like it with the sunnies.
Heck yeah.
Oh, chat, you guys are so nice. This is wonderful. I wonder if, you know, banning toxic people out of chat is what makes it enjoyable.
Do you know what? I like YouTube chat when it's all in Vietnamese. I
we
like it
don't
way
know.
more than the idiots that were there before.
Because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't. Oh, this is the best kind of spam. Steel Object Baron 1. Heck yeah, you guys. You're the best. And so now, we're going to see whether D+ can do it again. Further affirm themselves as first place here in the LCK. And I'm still trying to work out what it means that Pool Bay is no longer in the mid lane.
See.
Might mean something for the LCK, might mean nothing at all. Might mean that Saint's just been playing good. Do you know what I think this means? It means stop comment. And we'll do that. We'll see you soon. G'dowdy everyone, welcome back to LCK Challenger 2023 Summer. I'm Altoes. This is that Crunchclickerger guy. Crunchclickerger? Cranklickerger?
Cranny Kugler.
Cranny Kugler.
Cranny Kugler!
The good old Cranny Kugler. Big fan of him. Stream Dads. Yes, Gatoran, that is exactly us. And we're back here to take you through game number 3, where Gen.G have selected a side. We don't necessarily know which one, but I'm assuming it is a more of a blue hued side. As that could mix things up. If you were red, you would die. You remember when that song came out and everyone was like, are they saying if I was green, I would die?
That was not a thing that was said when that song came out.
It was a thing that it was said when it was
Australia.
It was.
Not,
if I was green, I would die. No,
never did make it to Dutch elementary or high schools.
We were wondering in primary school whether that was actually the thing. But let me know in chat whether that was the thing that you guys dealt with as well. That song can go weird in many ways. Yes, many ways.
A Patapon sequel. That's very cool. I would love to play that. Thank you for the heads up.
Patapon?
Yeah. Patapon. It's like a rhythm game.
Ah.
Where you have tiny armies of like black and white, like the background is white and then your guys are black, and you have to like rhythm game, and then the armies march, and you can do like different types of. They're really cute, and you can different types of units, and you can like there's like RPG elements, and it's a really cool game.
What is up with you and mixing genres in very strange ways and telling me about games that represent those mixtures?
I played a lot of video, and like unlike I feel like you and Veldis are very much specialists where you play the one game like really well. I think you're a little bit more diverse than Veldis. Veldis is like hardcore, but even then, like the hours you're getting in Diablo or in Honkai like are just not really there for me. I'm a game as an art form kind of guy, and I've tried a lot of weird games, and a lot of them aren't very good. But Patapon was great, really good.
I do try a lot of games, but I need it to look pretty good before I give it a shot. Is generally my way of doing it.
That's fair.
I don't just play games just for the sake of it. It is going to be Gen.G selecting the blue side to start us off. Shock horror. We are absolutely we're confused and appalled by that decision. We're actually not. It is completely understandable. And we'll see what kind of prize they're going to get from that selection. So far, we've seen Vi at 100% win rate on both sides. So maybe that's going to be worth a look.
I do truly believe that in the LCK, Vi is not as good, but in challengers where people miss position all the time, because there's just a lack of basic understanding of when you can be where in a side lane.
Also, ganks post 6 for Vi, it still
They're
feels
still really
like
good.
it's more laning phase than otherwise.
I would like to believe that LCK teams at least are better at dealing with Vi. Vi is such an interesting champion to me because she was like owners started bringing her back, and she's been nerfed like 3 or 4 times now.
Yep.
And it's just not enough because she presses R and the champion dies.
Just kind of works.
It's just
Vi Nautilus, pretty good idiot-proof way of getting an engage.
I did play Metal Gear Acid. I also played Killzone on the PSP, which is actually a Dutch developer. Guerrilla Games. Yeah, they did Horizon as well.
The No Dawn one?
Yeah, Forbidden West and the other one.
Oh, cool.
Horizon, yeah.
I just really didn't... I didn't get amongst many of those games just because PlayStation stuff was just not really my thing.
I didn't have a PlayStation. I just had a PSP. Only Nintendo consoles, and then basically every handheld. Started with my dad. My dad had an Atari Lynx.
Damn! Yeah, that's going way back.
That was old school. Yeah, there was one game where you were mining stuff. I played that game. I don't know how many hours, but a lot. I was not very good because I was like 5 years old.
I played so many hours of Monster Bash. It was an old DOS game that my dad had on his Pentium.
My first game that I actually like remember playing is Pokemon Blue, and then because I got that when I was like 4 years old for my Game Boy Color.
I emulated it to start off.
Unbelievable. And then
at my friend's place.
Tiberian Sun.
Oh, Command and Conquer. Damn.
My dad loved those games. Yeah.
I played Red Alert 2, but Tiberian Sun was the one immediately after that, right?
Yeah, so it was Red Alert 2. I also played I played Red Alert 1, then Red Alert 2, and then Tiberian Sun. Tiberian Sun is still one of my favorite games. Yeah.
Did you play there was another RTS that came, Total Annihilation. Did you play that as well?
Probably.
That game was fantastic.
I played so many weird RTSs as well.
Pokemon Coliseum, best game, change your mind? I don't want to. I agree. I also think that the scissor and the Scyther and Pincer chop game, my mini game, that was one of my favorites. The Clefairy Says, love that one as well.
No idea. I didn't play Pokemon Coliseum.
Gen.G don't like junglers.
Well, I think they're just facing the best jungler in the entirety of challengers by a very large margin, and they're like, nope.
Did I say Gex? I wish I did. What a fantastic game.
That's Stadium, not Coliseum, apparently, Atlas.
Oh, yeah, it is Stadium, not Coliseum. But Stadium does rule. Pokemon Coliseum.
Banning
I didn't even remember that game, really. As that's Sejuani. That's going to get through.
Do it. Pick Trundle.
No, DK. They pick Jax Renekton. Both of them.
And then they go Nidalee on 3. I love that, actually. Do that. Yeah, do it.
No, they go Lilia on 3.
Also fine. I think that... What?
Give me Jax Renekton.
I think Nidalee is so good with any form of play, Renekton or Jax, and then also just the fact that you can play that into Sejuani, who you completely devour alive.
Yeah. Well, Lucid is considering a rel,
man.
but it could just be Thumb.
I hope
I
so.
think Thumb's rel is actually kind of okay.
It was really good.
And leaving Lucid's pick up in the air, I kind of like. And also, rel is just really high priority, so you can play rel alongside Sejuani and things like that. I feel like going to get his hands on the Azir, and that is Xayah once again. So we're going hardcore on the disengage.
But you're playing into Jace already.
Yeah, I think that Xayah is kind of, like, a lot of int.
It might be a Varus angle.
Ooh, love that. Love that a lot.
I mean, they probably don't ban it, so you can also pick it up on but like that's actually what I'm looking towards now.
Just
go
full
poke.
Don't go jungle here.
Exactly. Anything but jungle. You can go Jax.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so,
I made the. Oh, it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good when the read comes through because now you're clearly.
No, but I think that this is still worse, right? Because you can pick Renekton and ban Jax, and then you have a free ban. Doesn't that feel good? Or maybe they were just expecting that they would ban the Varus.
Yeah, and then outside of that, the next poke AD that you would go for is Azrael, who I do think is considerably worse than Varus.
Yeah, true.
Because Varus, we haven't been the biggest fan of Fatality Varus, but in the right setup, like this, in a full committed poke comp, I think it's good. Into Xayah and Azir, it should be decent. And more importantly, it also has lane pressure. And outside of Karma, I just don't think Ezreal does. Yeah. Like, you can go Ezreal Leona, but who's done that at any point recently?
I mean, it used to happen all the time.
I know.
It was a very popular.
I just tuned in. Where is Pool Bait? We don't know. And there's two options.
We have some theories, but we don't know exactly what's happening.
We don't actually know. There's two prevailing theories. One is that they're locked in first, so they're just giving same playtime. Because I assure you, as soon
also,
as
Pool Bay's been having some
he's
offies.
been up and down, yeah. Might even ask for it themselves, but it's also possible that Pool Bay is called up. We're going to see him in the LCK, but we don't know. We have no idea.
Nidalee Jace makes me very sad, actually, so let's not do that. Cassante. All right, that's what we're going with here. And so Lucid is just going to straight up... Okay, it looks like it could be Rel Jungle. It is not. They've banned the Lilia. I think that is a beautiful heads-up ban.
Oh, please pick
Karthus on
Lucid.
5.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, that'd be good.
Wouldn't that just be amazing?
Talia also would be really good.
Zyra Jungle? Why not?
Because
Rumble Jungle?
Zyra is good into dive. You're not playing into dive. Rumble Jungle will be fine as well. Yeah.
Ooh, Zest going for a bit of Fiora. Okay, that is a bit of a Cassante hard counter angle. Kind of like it. How is Jace support these days?
No.
Yeah.
I don't want him to just like not lock in. I'm really worried it's going to be a Nautilus lock in.
Someone's asking you to change their mind from Soraka Jungle.
I will not try to change your mind because I see a lost. I know a lost cause when I see one. Come on, something fun. Something fun for Lucid.
A Hecarim is not...
Doesn't make sense at all. No, I don't want it to be Hecarim.
Even a... Oh, just do it, Lucid.
Oh,
I was already in love with you. This would only confirm it further.
It got buffed on this patch as well. It's in jungle. It's really good. Please.
Oh, it's happening.
You don't have any AP. Please do it.
Oh
no! Why would you make us believe?
Oh,
why would you make us believe?
Tragic.
I mean, Ivern is good with the comp. It makes sense. It's a really strong jungler.
No, it doesn't make sense. This is how they lost game 1.
No, it makes sense. Like, you have poke, and the bushes help a lot. The unhit magic damage helps a lot.
And you take away all the agency from Lucid. Your best player by far.
I wanted him to be Karthus.
Not by far.
You know I want him to play Karthus.
But no, just don't justify the tragedy that is locking Ivern on 5 there. It was bad.
Gen.G also going for Braum into this is kind of mind-boggling. Because you're playing into poke.
I'm a Gen.G fan now. I think their composition's beautiful. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I think
Braum.
Winner is easily the best jungler in Challenger. I think you know, Lucid, he's just an Ivern picker in the wrong spots, and it feels bad. So best friend Winner, Fiora and Sejuani, amazing synergy. You play towards that top side, you're gonna be feeling great. The Braum angle, terrible. Kind of hate it, but it's fine.
Such a good.
You can put up the door.
Yeah, so Winner's going to try and just spam gang Zest and get him ahead and then win the game. Their mid-game skirmishers are exceptionally strong because they have Braum and Sejuani, and Lucid broke our hearts. That's what he did. That's actually what happened.
Imagine.
In real time. I know. Because you outpace Sejuani. She doesn't really get to punish you because you will have prio lanes in mid and bot side.
Yeah.
So you can path towards that and be completely fine.
Don't blame the player, blame the coach. Yeah, this is Acorn's fault.
Acorn!
He's come down to Challenger and he's ruined all the
if
drafts down here too.
If it was bubbling, that would have been a Carthus. No, we don't know. We're
little
joking.
bubbles? Little bubbles on the ground. That's let's do a sad rock out. I had to have a sad
That sounded like a seal. that was sealless.
No, that would have been more
At
like
seal?
fly like an eagle. No?
I'm more of a kiss from a rose kind of guy.
I'm a fly like an eagle kind of guy.
Phase rush. Okay, Lucid. Saint, unbelievably based, going for Gathering Storm. You love to see it.
There you go.
Zest doesn't get it. Scorcher on Fiora. Ugh.
I feel like Lucid and Saint have kind of swapped up. Well, I actually never going to take first strike on the Ivern, but Phased Rush I think would have been quite good here for Saint as well. Gives you a bit of that extra mobility if there are any scuffles.
Yeah, so into specifically the Ivern, I do think that Phase Rush is quite good. I also think that the extra mobility provides actually allows you to maybe escape some jungle ganks, maybe escape some of the problems you might run into when a Feed tries to make plays on you. The upside though is I think that the first strike is so much better for poke because it amplifies the poke that you fire off. So if you hit a big shock blast, you just get a 9% damage buff, you know, which is pretty big.
Yep.
And the extra money can also help you accelerate, get to your very strong lethality items. So I get it. You know, I understand, but I just wanted Carthus. That's gonna be my. If he didn't hover it, you know, it would have been fine.
I know, and
That's
they were
the whole
considering it
problem.
for so long. It
And
would
you
have been
mentioned
so
it, and I was like,
good.
that's a really good angle, Atlas. And then they hovered it, and then last minute they swapped the Ivern.
Yeah, very depressing. Astro Nautilus, you're more of a believe you can fly. I mean, that's not Seal, so that's not even relevant. Even a little bit. Yes, I know it's a Space Jam song, but it's just not the same.
Is it? Or was it just used in Space Jam?
It was used in Space Jam.
okay.
It was one of the songs in Space Jam.
Makes sense.
As
They get
Winner is
spotted.
already coming down to the bottom lane, but the Winter's Bite is going to miss, and therefore Crashdown going to be enough disengage. And so Winner might be immediately punished as Lucid, just doing the Canyon tech. You love to see it.
Great clear. We'll be hitting level 4 off of that. Saint.
Winner is on a
Ooh.
warpath, man. He is okay. That's... What the heck? Is this guy a script? Never mind, he is still going to have to flash, but this guy's a god. What the hell? What was that?
They need to check him PC.
They really do need to check him PC big time. Big time check him PC. Gets another flash? Seriously, check him PC.
I need a replay.
That was probably some of the best play, gank response I have seen
I need a
ever.
I need a replay.
Why no pull bait? Did you see what just happened in mid lane? Grom folk?
So, because looking at the vision here, you might have just walked over the ward that was sitting here, but I don't think he did. So that was legitimately just Winner having a read as we do have the gank here.
Yeah, Carfe gonna have to cleanse as Thumb gets himself out of the way. Lucid just placing some brush down, and yeah, you love to see it.
Rahel is going to be able to force Carfe away, right? With the cleanse, which you kind of do need into the D+ comp. Because of the Verisalts and the fact that Lucid can lock you down. No heal. So Carfe going to be...
I want a replay.
I really do, yeah.
Give me
Very
the replay.
far
You know.
I think Yundo is the one that gives us our replays.
He might. I just complain to Yundo about everything.
Even if he's spotted him like on that ward, it's still really impressive to land timing. As Thanatos has Q3,
He does not
fall off.
Yeah, Permafrost is going to come in. Winner's dead. That is just going to be an execute,
Yeah,
so
fine.
it's as if nothing really happened, except he's no longer on the map. Lucid is going to be able to steal away anything that he would like, as Saint is baiting, by the way. Oh, what the heck? Okay, nice little sidestep and good riposte timing there from Zest. Okay. And actually, Zest holds onto the flash, so,
Yeah, so he
kind of
wins.
completely fine, yeah.
Oh, here we go. No!
This is not the replay that we want.
So, Thanatos,
Oh, they're busy checking him PC.
Oh, good. Holds up, and yeah, Winner, even with Aftershocks, just tanks too much.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why...
Sometimes perplexing outcome.
Yeah. Sometimes that does happen. Thanatos looking to... I don't know what he's going to build first here. Love a Sunfire. Might go 4-0 first, because he is... Although, I guess he would have gotten a Bramble Vest if he would do that. Not going Bramble Vest against Fiora, so maybe he just goes, you know, the best item in the game, and it'll be cool.
Yeah, just Sunfire Cape.
Could
Thanatos
be
wanted to do most damage in the game again.
Also just him going Iceborne Gauntlet, which also makes sense, as he does have his ultimate available.
Well,
Zest
Thanatos
does not.
He's just punching him a whole bunch of times, and he's having a good time. Winner up here towards the top side, stealing away a camp. Aw, that's a potential friend of Lucid.
I love the little whiny tone in Atlas's voice. Yundo, Stomp's foot, yeah.
Yep, that was me. And that is me a lot of the time behind the scenes as well. You guys got to look behind the curtain. Yundo, fix it. That's me. I go a little bit Australian.
Eerily accurate, you know, impression of yourself.
Yeah, and I'm pretty good at. I'd say that I'm almost the best at doing an impression of myself.
I thought it was Veldas.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. I guess we're
Up there?
We might be even.
Might be tied.
We might be tied.
How's your impression of Veldas?
Not great.
No.
I hate Blast Cannon.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's on. That's spot on.
Yeah. Pizza is the best when it comes from America.
Specifically.
New York. As Lost is going to get stunned, that is a lot of damage here as Rahel is just going to throw some stuff into the door. And now Lucid's making friends in this jungle, and we'll see whether he makes friends in this bottom lane as well.
There's no TPs. You got to let go. Like, they're going to be able to shove this in pretty quickly.
Yeah, this wave's pretty stacked as well. There is a cannon at full health over here as Root Caller is not going to connect. But they still get the bad news. There's not really a whole lot of options. I think the Unbreakable is going to be back up and available.
They're not
so
risking it.
can actually
With
stop
Flash.
this.
Yeah, I feel like they could
Thumb.
have.
Oh, what? If he had hit that, he was dead.
Could have died, yeah.
What?
I'm not too sure what happened there.
Why decide to press that button, though?
Sometimes you just want to press the button.
Sometimes thumb. Yeah, I would agree. All right, Thanatos going to go back home. Barmy Cinder. Give it to me. Barmy Cinder. Oh, no!
Yeah, he's just going Iceborne, which is really good.
I mean, it's fine, but
Don't
I
get
just
me wrong.
think Sunfire Cape is too strong.
Oh.
Lucid's friend is going to be taken away. He is wearing his opposition's red buff, so a bit greedy to think that he can head over there and collect that one as well. That's all right. Astronautilus, are you okay? Oh, yes, there's the copy pasta. Love to see it.
We are making our way over to the Herald with Braum and Sejuani. Very strong combo. A lot of CC, concussive blows, and permafrost being stacked. Not fun. Everyone on D+ that should go for the Merc Treads. First one already in. Very good Saint. Wouldn't even mind them on Rahel because he's Lethality Varus, so...
Would you say that after a few seconds of combat, both Sejuani and Braum are going to sunder their opposition and do a little bit of damage as the Freljord breeze flies overhead? No?
Is this a TFT reference?
Yes.
I don't... You know I don't play TFT though.
I know, but it's funny.
But I don't get it.
Yeah, you should play a bit of TFT.
I don't know. I feel like at this point it's too much to get into.
What do you mean?
So much stuff that
I mean, you play Battlegrounds. I mean, it's all the same.
there's like way more different things.
I said the same thing about Battlegrounds, and then like 2 games and it was fine.
No, we don't know yet. You can go 3 points. 3 points is okay.
Yeah, 3 points in Q is
3 points allowed.
Yeah, 3 points in Q is fine. I do appreciate Yundo hovering over the Braum, making sure that we always know what's going on here.
Gonna fight.
Yeah. Does have the ulti available. And get in amongst it as Losper doesn't put up the door just yet. Okay, this Riftel going down relatively low. That crash down actually fantastic from Thumb to disengage, and there's the Chains of Corruption. They pull back Zest, who now does not have the riposte available. Emperor's Divide massive onto so many. As into the backline goes Ophelia. Thanatos just capturing him. And now we've got a Rift Scuttle that is going to be executed. D+ get everyone out except Saint.
And they do get themselves the Herald, so could be favorable depending on what happens here. If they can hold on to this turret, the health bars are decently low for Gen.G. So I don't think that they can push much further. And initially it looks really, really good here. I think the main issue is that once they try to go into the choke, they actually stack up. They don't get that much value out of the Varus ultimate. And then the angle from Ophelia here, absolutely beautiful. It's 4 people, and only because 3 of them immediately flash and Thanatos actually takes Ophelia over the wall. Is it not a complete disaster? But Ophelia almost getting his team single-handedly over the line there. We do, by the end of it, have the kill going over the winner, which is pretty inconsequential. We have the Herald here for D+, which might allow them to set up for what I'm sure will be a second Drake that will lead into a Chemtech Soul.
And it is, of course, the lethality, double lethality composition here. So any sort of armor that can be built by anyone on Gen.G is going to be absurdly strong. It would have been really cool if DK had the opportunity to pick up a champion that does magic damage.
Hey, Ivern has on-hit magic damage. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. God, I'm still so triggered about the no Karthus situation. It would have been so
And normally
good.
that's me.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I'm just very... Oh, just I'm grumpy. I am hungry as well, so maybe that's why.
Just a little hangry.
Yeah.
Hangry.
Getting a little bit hangryless.
Hangryless.
I don't know about that. Yeah, we're gonna bench that one. Winner taking down a control ward here as they set up for the Cloud Drake. Not gonna be a Cloud Soul this game, but I'm just happy to see Clouds, and that's fine. Chemtech Soul once again potentially, as Dan is not paying attention to Challenger. He does not care about us over here, which is very sad. AP Varus is not a thing. On-hit Varus is a thing.
Oh,
Daisy's coming in. That is a very dead winner. Oh dear. He tries to escape and is not going to be able to. Is magnetized back in.
Yeah.
That is going to be double dragons here for DK.
I think he tried to flash the Q, but the Magnet Storm was too strong.
Too powerful.
Winner, not aware of how magnets work, does have to pay with it for his life. And if this is Infernal, if this is Mountain, D+ are going to be feeling a whole lot better. But it won't.
We had a lot of AP Varus
be
in the LCK, by the way.
okay. That's you know, for a poke comp, that's pretty good.
Is it Ocean?
It's Ocean, yeah. As we take another look here, oh yeah, he doesn't even, he actually queues and then gets pulled back in and then he tries to flash, which would have never worked. So unfortunate mistake from Winner there.
That is not the winner's play, unfortunately.
Winner more like, this is a very bad joke.
I mean, it's a bad joke. Is it worth?
I think not. It's a maybe a small timeout.
Yeah, maybe
And it's
like
definitely not a ban. I don't think it's bad enough for that, because it's clearly not meant seriously. I think it counts as flaming casters. No, flaming casters is fine, because we can't. If we start banning people for flaming casters, then you know that's not good. I've studied up on enough democracies to know that when you do stuff like that, it doesn't end well. But if you're flaming players, we are very happy.
Bong. Yeah, a bit of a baby bong.
Just a baby bong, nothing crazy.
Just a bit of a...
Just be happy it's not Felbes.
Mellow Milos, that is fine.
That's okay, you can not like us. That is completely fine.
Oh no, maybe...
For that.
Does that mean that you don't like the Karthus jungle opportunity due to the fact that he's a caster?
You'll have to specify. If you, please don't do that. I would appreciate it if that's not a... Just don't do that.
I hate Chronicler, he's too tall, man.
No. So I was talking about if I ever go pro, I would choose Chronicler as hard as my nickname, so every player I play has to say it.
Chronicler shot. Chronicler.
No, it's Chronicler is hot.
No. Chroniclery shot.
Chroniclery shot?
Yeah.
Like a shot of coffee?
No, it's more like an immunization. As Rahel is going to get cold alongside the Blades, and that flash was sad. We are going to see Losper try to come in. Emperor's Divide. Oh, Daisy, no! Ophelia, how dare you! As Thumb is going to take a bit of damage, and the Braum getting a bit of work done, but look at all these flashes that are missing. Ophelia just annihilating just Daisy, and that is not the kind of massive Emperor's Divide play that we wanted to see.
Fortunately not. And now, it's 2 Drake lead.
Andy Fano, I think I might need to ban you.
What? Who's VB?
Like the VB of casters?
No idea what that means.
It's bad Australian to be it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting flames.
It's like saying that you're the Heineken of casters.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Man, I don't...
Sag.
Yeah, no, I get it. Daisy. Oh, is that a song? Daisy? Daisy is worth as much gold as a Nexus. That's a great... It's a great fact.
You look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built. You don't know that song?
Don't know that song. No, not familiar. It is really interesting because you get so much international culture living in the Netherlands because it's a very internationally oriented country. But then there's also so much stuff that.
But you don't know anything about hills.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's just because we're flat. Yeah. I'm interested. I don't have a favorite beer brand. I don't drink. Well, I drink coffee and tea, but no alcohol. You know, it's not really my thing.
You're not really an alcohol guy.
No, as we might have a fight here.
A kerfuffle, if you will. Daisy gonna get amongst it as, let's see how they manage. Okay, it's just gonna be stolen away. And Daisy also just wanders her way out. Oh, Losper gave them the door. And now Thanatos trying to push them all around here. Zest does riposte, but look at these piercing arrows. They're starting to hurt. But DK just walked on over, took Gen.G's stuff, and then walked away, I guess, is kind of the summary.
If you're Gen.G, maybe don't just let Lucid walk up. He does a face rush. Maybe that's the...
He also has a bodyguard.
He's so... Yeah, he does. Sante actually doing a great job. Thanatos...
No, Daisy.
I thought it was Thanatos. Makes sense. Yeah. So, the power spike has not been hit for DK yet. Well, they hit the first one, but what you're really looking towards when the mana moonies are done. And the composition is already getting further and further ahead. And they are looking set to get the third Drake. This is basically where you want to be as Pokemon. This comp does not infinitely scale. Like post 35 minutes, you basically lose all control of the game. Because you have a lot of burst, but you don't have a hyper carry with your Ivern. So you want to really make sure that you have the lead that you have now. You know, 2 3k gold. Turn it into Elder, turn it into Barons, turn it into Soul. And then you'll be vibing. For Gen.G fans, this one, you know you can come back from this. If Fiora hits 2 free items, if you can get into 5v5s against this team later in the game, there's still an angle. And...
Zalorian says,
okay. Very late. Are you just going to give that? I think they're too late. They're running over very quickly, though.
But I don't think they can actually do. Thanatos is going to put down the Rift Herald.
It's going to be close.
And Rahel trying to get them out of here. Is it actually going to be worth it here to deny this Soul Point? As in goes Lucid. He might be able to steal it, but no, it is going to be secured by Winner. Magnet Storm is fantastic as they take away the Xayah already in this fight. Emperor's Divide is decent for the disengage as that auto attack followed the Azir for so far, but now DK. They've got them all in the shooting gallery, exactly where they want them. That Q going the wrong direction, though, so Thanatos not going to be able to chase after Winner. So they deny Soul Point.
Ooh, yeah, but at what cost? They do give up 2 kills. Winner is waiting there. I think they might have a suspicion that he's still around. He's dead. Yeah, they're just going to kill the turret, so maybe he can go the other way and
he's
survive.
He was trying to be sneaky there for a moment, but DK is still going to chase after them. Root Caller going to fly through as Lucid distracted by the camp. So I think Winner might be able to just walk his way out. As, yeah, we've got a Root Caller that lands, and Lucid does pop on over, and he's just going to let him go.
Merciful. They
Takes
do
a long time to kill him, I guess.
Yeah, they do give up the dragon. Winner is able to secure it this time around, so that is big. Lucid actually doesn't have a smite, which is the main reason. It is just coming off cooldown there, so no 50-50. Winner actually picks it up. But Saint does a ton of damage, and all that Gen.G is hitting his front line. I thought the auto was going to be enough, but it looks like the shield from the Azir actually keeps him alive, even if only barely. And when we get the inner as well, and it means that the gold lead has really ballooned, which is what you're looking for. Saint, oh god, yeah, okay,
he's a big boy.
He is big, and this should lead to a as soon as possible Baron, where you take out all the outers, which in this case is only the top one that's still left, then start dealing with the inners inside and mid, and then from that point on you have full control of the game. And as long as you don't make a classic D+ mistake and somehow throw your like 5k gold lead, you should be feeling good.
I think they're feeling good anyway. Denunciator in here. Hello, Caster understands this. Thanatos guy is not a good player. Why is he playing? I like his style. And actually, You know how we say that you're not allowed to be mean to the players and stuff like that? I think Denunciator is the next level.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, if you're mean to DK players, it means that they may not get exported.
It means that you know.
Yeah.
You know, you're a
so
realizer.
He is a knower.
You're aware.
And we knew that Denunciator is a knower. But it's just interesting thinking that you can bend the rules.
Yeah. It's also, if you are a known chatter and you make a
Actually,
joke, then you're
terrible
fine.
player, only lucky, aware.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, I kind of want to time you out just on principle, but I can't.
Because
it's just based. You know, yeah, Tier 1 Chronicler, totally getting it.
We just need to keep stalling. Exactly, yeah, Gen.G can still win. It's not looking good, don't get me wrong. But,
I also think that, like, they've got the kite back comp into the poke comp. And if you've got
it doesn't work
rock,
at all.
The rock, paper, scissors of League of Legends dictates that you're not going to have a good time.
It's why the Braum is just baffling. Because if Braum,
I mean, it's into poke. It's like it's
no, but
give it the door, and you
even
like,
if you go Emax, like you can't protect everyone against 2 poke champions. If you go Nautilus,
you understand the thinking.
Yeah, well, no, actually no. I think Braum is extremely good in one specific situation where you're playing the dive and short range comms, and you just get to press your buttons, and they're forced to walk into you. But if this is Nautilus, Leona, like in a moment like this, you can fully send it. Just go all in, guarantee lockdown on someone, try to kill Saint or Rahel at the beginning of a fight, and you can win. But now, you're going to be reliant on Zest creating pressure in side lane, which, spoiler alert, is not going to happen for the next 15 minutes.
He also hasn't been doing it, right? We've been seeing so much teamfight Fiora. I can feel Wolf being upset about this, even though he's not even here. You know,
there we go.
It's that classic scenario. We saw Keen do this last year before he got amazing. And it was not, it's just still, it made us sad then, it makes us sad now. Teamfight Fiora, it's not it. She can be good in teamfights, but you need to be utilizing those side lanes. Zest is not here. He's on the bottom side of the map. The winner is the one trying to kite this one out. And Rahel is walking real quick. They do manage to get the knock-up onto Winner, but he is highly durable. Not exactly the one you want to put it into. As Thanatos is kind of winning in the side lane against Fiora.
Yeah, he still is. Yeah. It's not going to change for right now.
I think it should be changing relatively soon, but it's just it's the position in the game that they're in.
I think because of the global gold, it actually will take a lot longer. Like, you're actually talking third item. Even if you finish your Ravenous, I don't think you're going to start winning yet. I think you need more levels as well to really get the most out of the Vitals.
And he's down over 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
As the Fiora at this point.
So Thanatos can itemize full armor and be fine, which he's doing. Which good for him. This Drake is obviously given, but I do hope that B+ after this just set up and just keep starting Baron. Like, your Baron damage is pretty lackluster, but
well, he already is Teamfight Fiora. That's what I was saying.
That's the problem. Where is Bible? Bible is with the main team. So he's not playing into challenges at the moment. Or just on the bench.
Table, top drawer in the hotel?
In any hotel. As a Gen.G, desperation play. I like it. Oh, no, I don't like it. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
I have discontinued the enjoyment of the situation
entirely. Yes, indubitably, old chap. Yes, we will reconvene and not
reconvene.
Not keep doing what we're doing.
What?
Like,
reconvene means to do it again.
Well, later. They're going to try the Baron later when they're in control of the game.
Okay. They will put it off for now.
Yes. Can you talk like that for the rest of the match? No. No, we can't. Not at all. I mean, Atlas could. I can't. I don't know. I don't control the accent. It just sometimes it...
Oh, I mean, controlling accents, that ain't me either, my friend, as you know.
That's true, actually.
Well and good. Unless you want me to do an Indian accent for the rest of the
didn't. That's we're sorry. Ho RB3. I'm glad. Then you'll be fine. We'll know next time. Because we're trying them out. That's why we don't.
That wasn't them.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the one who said winner more like loser, and it was just that joke. So our apologies.
No, and we actually kind of knew, but we just didn't know you well enough.
And now we do. So now you can make dad jokes all you want.
Yeah, now you can be like Denunciator and actually say things that would otherwise get you banned. As okay, Saint is in a bunch of trouble. Lucid gives him a trigger seed, and it's not going to be enough. So Zest going to be able to grab that kill, and that is really going to kickstart him into side lane mode. No, it's not. He's going to try and team fight, and it's not going to work.
Yeah, I would much appreciate it if D+ would just start at the Baron and get it over with. Saint being dead, though, means that one of the 2 carries is down. Gen.G could be taking back control of this game.
They could, but
20
there's 20
seconds on the
seconds.
TP.
Yeah, they really need to just try and stall them out.
Rahel.
Yeah, Rahel's going to try and land these arrows. Chains of Corruption come in, and they're in the Thunderdome now. Zest is going to riposte, but now, look at this. They're just shooting him down, and that is a steal away as well. Double kill instantly from Thanatos, who's a raid boss himself. And Rahel is just standing his ground. Nothing that even a Fiora could do, and it's a quadra kill. Riot!
I'm going to be honest, I don't even think that's like a... As Saint is just TPing to bot wave. I don't think that's... He doesn't even have Baron. That's very funny. I don't think that's a Riot moment. I'm going to be... If that's a Renekton, the same thing happens.
I mean, I just had to say it because that's what was happening.
No,
you know?
I get it. Rahel? Like, this is a nightmare scenario for Gen. You were like, okay, maybe we have an angle, and then the chain of corruption actually hits, and it spreads to everyone, and you're...
It's actually this 11-head play from Saint to die there, knowing that Gen.G would try to go for a Baron.
So you stand right behind Baron as well. And in case you don't know this, chat, standing behind Baron is really bad.
He does the spiky spike
The spiky spikes are really... Look at this engagement fun as well.
Owie, spiky spike.
And then...
They were owie. Did you see them? You were saying?
Why would you say owie spiky spikes?
They were owie spikes.
Something we didn't even talk about the entire game. I noticed just now as Lostbar was rocking the smite heal is that he went unsealed spellbook.
Hey.
And so in theory they had 2 smites and they should have been able to, but because they died so quickly, they weren't actually able to do it.
I think the Baron was also smoked to death at about 100 health.
Yeah.
Something like that. So it was a bit of a miss by
whatever. Lucid looking a lot better on this game. As Saint, what is that?
Oh, the Collector third? Holy crap! I'm not even mad, I'm impressed.
No, I actually think it's...
You ate a whole wheel of cheese?
What?
No, you don't know the quote, Anchorman?
No. So, no idea. I actually think Collector's good. You don't want this game to go past 3 items anyway, so you might as well go for maximum immediate power.
There you go.
And guess what? That's the Collector, baby!
He's collecting. And DK now pushing in for their last remaining inhibitor. We got Teamfight Fiora making her way in. Let's see how that one's going to go as Daisy pops down. Thanatos looking for the flank angle. He should be able to get in there. That's a 3-man Emperor's Divide, but Rahel is going to flash his way out. Zest gets into that backline, but Rahel goes golden, buying so much time, and already the Zyre has gone down, and the real teamfight threat is in here. Thanatos is just a monster, as Winner is going to get all-outed to death. Thanatos is now teleporting to the mid lane, and Saint and him should be able to finish this game off.
This Thanatos guy is so lucky, man.
Yeah,
so just a lucker.
This
no
Thanatos
skill.
is like so not that great and stuff.
Unbelievable.
Man. Could you imagine also, by the way, if Saint didn't have Collector, he would have totally died in that last fight.
I know, the Collector actually coming up huge, and we see some Gurins, the fun and Saint lineup, let it be known, still a top-tier team in Challengers. Don't need Bible, don't need Pool Bay. They are completely fine.
Do you want me to ×2 on your Thanatos vote?
Yeah, sure. I actually was considering the vote for Rahel. No, I actually think Rahel.
I mean, Rahel did have
a
really very good game.
Really, I feel like Ivan votes are like Brom votes, where it's like, is it champion?
I also think Lethality Varus votes are
they're
also
rare.
kind of sad.
I think he actually played really well.
No, I know, but you just sit back and you take pot shots.
Yeah, I get it.
You're not really making any plays.
But you know, Thanatos, he's a really good player, and he's doing the team fighty thing, and it's cool, and it works well.
Yeah.
So, Caster's Flaming there you go. Yeah, now you get it.
Yep.
So we are Flaming Thanatos and the entirety of DK because they are overrated as a challenger.
Don't tell them! Oh, right.
Overrated.
No, you're right.
Yeah. These players are not good.
Yeah, totally.
Just go to LDL. LDL, you know, or go to NA challengers.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the LJL players? Oh, my God.
Yeah, LJL.
So good.
Yeah, hello, Bao. Anyone?
Yeah,
Bao, the boy.
Yeah.
The boy Wonder, K-Corp, I think, are still good, probably.
Oh, and this Peach guy, did you see him coming out of the ERLs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he played on the Unicorns of Love.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
Born and raised.
And he won. Did he win? I think he won EUM as well.
Yeah, came second in the LEC.
EMEA Master. He did. Yeah, and he was Unicorns of Love. You know, he was primarily born and raised.
Wow, absolutely incredible. Man, it would be cool if XL made it to Worlds, and so Peach and Clear could like hang out with friends again.
Fun. I'm unfamiliar with this DKC flaming. Is it? Yes, it's KT reverse jinxing where we don't want anyone.
It's just don't export these guys. We want to see them in the LCK before they go.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
I really do. It's a good day for FUM and Saint. Saint's debut.
Yeah, I think Saint actually looked kind of amazing. Like that initial play on the Jace, I kind of want to give him the POG just because of that like reaction time to that gank. It was absolutely incredible. Really, really cool. Especially not Papa yet.
Papa already knows. That's a problem.
The problem is, we can't actually hide anything from Papa.
Also, if any GM worth their salt watches free VODs and goes like, oh yeah, okay, these guys are insane.
Yeah. In fact, you just need to watch like some of the first 3 games or something.
But public perception matters. And that's why everyone, if it's just Challenger chat, you can be excited. But outwards, no. No excitement.
One vote diff with Jungle.
I think actually that makes sense to me. I think Lucid had a really good game. Like, he was extremely proactive, kept all his carries alive. Smote a Baron. Was it Baron? Was a Herald?
He did some smiting.
It was the Herald. Yeah.
He got the Herald smite and the Baron smite. Yeah. But that was more winner messing up the smite.
Well, I mean, they should have won because they had 2 smites. And he outsmote 2 smites, which is pretty impressive.
He outsmote 1 smite because the other smite was dead.
Yeah, okay, true.
So it was just the outsmote.
3500 CC score. Yeah, it's, you know, it's not bad.
That's some Cassandra
what does it
score
mean?
right
we
there.
don't know.
That is actually absurd.
Just wait for a rich OC Kangaroo farmer to buy out this entire DKCL roster and then...
No!
Oh, there we go. Love this one, my favorite copy pastas. This was a classic. Yeah, this was a classic on the Chronicle co-stream as well.
Magical.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go to the interview with Chronicler. Chronicler, how does it feel to have your copy pasta spammed over and over again in the chat?
It's good. Actually, that's one of the things I miss, and I wish we could get back, because they're one of my favorite parts. Is just I had a sorry, I have my own mic, so you don't have to. Having a break screen that was just more and more intensely cursed copy pastas and just random challengers pictures and memes. That was fun. I might bring it back sometimes, but just on my own stream, not on on here, because this is a professional broadcast.
And what was your favorite play from the last game?
Wait, we have the Indonesian version? I love that. Can you actually, can someone copy paste that and send it to the very friendly Discord? I really want that to show to my fiance. She will love it. Sorry, your second question?
What was your favorite play from the last game?
My favorite play from the last game was when Saint died and then they got stuff done on the other end of the map, and Rahel had the big shooty shoot.
Nice.
In the gallery.
And so, do you have anything to say to your fans?
I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're a fan of the Chronic Cackler. Thank you.
Back to you guys. Wait, hang on.
Hello, I'm standing here with Atlas. We're going to ask him some questions about the game, as he had the pleasure of casting it. First of all, Atlas, an esports classic. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really hungry at the moment, actually. I think I could eat, like, a whole leg of animal of some kind at this point in time. Like, I'm just absolutely ravenous, and that's why I'm really glad that the games are over.
So, what would be your favorite meal to have at this point in time?
Probably anything involving food. At this point, I can't even think straight. I just want to eat food.
Any food will do. So you just casted a best of 3 between D+ and Gen.G. You're going to be casting next another best of 3. How are you looking forward to that one?
Oh, I cannot wait. KT, one of my favorite teams ever. Super excited to commentate that squad. And, of course, the bros. The bros are bros, you know. And
they're just bros.
Yeah, and I like saving, mainly, you know, people if they're drowning. I can swim quite well, things like that. So savings bank Breon as well. Like it just makes me. I'm just pretty excited, you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So I can see that you've gotten a lot better at interviews. You were very nervous when we started out. How's it been just seeing all the reception to you, everyone being so excited every time that you cast any video game, really, any League of Legends?
What? That's not how it goes. No, that's not how that.
Every Reddit thread, people are like, I love Atlas. I'm so glad Atlas is here. Atlas is the best.
Oh, yeah, no, I mind controlled Reddit. So what I did was I went in and basically bribed every single mod to change all of the hate comments to positive comments. It's actually worked out extraordinarily well in my favor.
How many of those are your own alts?
I mean, that's sort of what I meant. I just wanted it to sound like I had some sort of control chronicler.
And do you think that if this is ever exposed, say by giving an interview about it, that you will be in trouble and public perception of you will immediately tank and you will be sent down to the pits of which no caster ever returns?
I wish I could stop comment, but we can't stop comment yet.
Thank you, Atlas. Any closing thoughts before we head back to the desk?
I'd like to keep my job, but I guess this is going to be the last bit of it.
Any final notes? What was your highlight moment in your long and illustrious career, which is now over?
Probably the going bald thing. That was probably it.
Well, that probably is the last we're ever going to hear. Back to you guys on the desk.
Yep, and here we are. G'dowdy, I'm the fully Australian version of Atlas, who is hopefully not as fired as the other regular version of Atlas, who just had his whole weird Reddit game completely unfurled by that chronicler guy.
Remember when chronicler used to say, listen? I do remember saying, that was a meme for a while.
It was.
When I was like,
I never
listen.
even remembered you saying listen that
No,
much.
I think it really blended in. It's like, I mean, you know, when you hear it, once you hear it, people go like, but if you don't hear it, it's just funny.
Yeah, just...
I think they took away the because I don't say listen anymore.
No,
just replaced it with other stuff.
Other stuff.
Yeah.
Atlas busted. Yeah, we had a bit of a struggle there. LCK Global 2024. No, that was taken. That's
Yeah, that one is already taken. Also, LCK CL Global 2069 also gone. Atlas recondition due to stop saying no. If there actually is we just tell each other and then we get rid of the crutch word. That's just kind of how the job works.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, you use that too much. I'm like, oh, thank you, and then you.
You should have heard,
what was the overall? That was the one that was...
Yeah, overall's a big one.
But now it's as good as gone, which is nice.
Yeah, no, you've helped with that one. I've had so many in the past. I used to say absolutely every single word.
Oh, yeah. You still use it, but sparingly now.
I try... So I never want to completely get rid of words, but I don't want to be like... But I was saying it like after every single word.
Yeah, every single caster that you look at knows and has this because we, particularly in the LCK, we cast a lot. So eventually your brain just is like, okay, I've done this before. I kind of know where to go and takes over. And then that's how you end up with just the same intonations.
In 2014, Spawn and I casted the promotion tournament. We flew over to LA to do it, and it was really, really cool. But we said coming through every time any champion was moving anywhere on the map ever.
My ex-wife did not like Chronicler when he was new. Good riddance, I am a free man. I mean, I also got a lot better. You know, that's just the nature of casting, and also it takes some getting used to. When you're used to really great casters like Alas and Papa, or Monty and Doa, if you're you know an even older fan. I loved watching those guys as well. And then this new guy comes in, and you're like, who is this?
Yeah,
I don't know this person. What are they doing here?
Feel that.
And trust them. And I mean, Atlas still hasn't gotten over it, you know. But he's stuck with me. He doesn't have a choice.
I have the burden of knowledge. You know, I was there.
The burden of knowledge. It was you were part of the decision to hire me. You didn't get to claim anything.
I get to claim credit for hiring you, though. There we go. There's that at least. Well, actually, no, that's G-Sun. I think G-Sun was the one.
I think it was a collective decision based on what you guys told me.
Yeah. And look, I could have tanked your audition because I was there for that
You
too.
were, yeah.
You know, I could have completely screwed.
That
up.
was when it was so weird because in my head, the Atlas that I casted is not the same Atlas because now I actually know you. So like that was when I was like just like hearing the voice of the guy I watched a lot because I watched a lot of LCK, and then now it's like that's not the same guy because now I know.
Yeah.
Now I can't go
Although,
back.
am I that different to my casting
No,
self?
no,
And
not really.
I say
at all.
rude words more.
That's
Probably.
basically no. That's
that's
yeah.
a-
That's really it.
But
There's
even
not,
then, I don't.
no,
I
I don't think any of us are that different. A lot of the things that happen is just because of the personalities that we have, and that just shines through. It's just how
Yeah.
it works.
And although it is hard to just like not know. Whoa, Kevin Kimmy, you all right? Whoa, LCK Global 2024.
Yeah, they're here.
They're here.
Yeah.
How you doing? Welcome. Wow, looking forward to using your channel to stream the next season of Challenger. That's actually super cool.
You all spoke so much. I can't. Ah, that's amazing. I'm happy to hear that. I think that that's my favorite thing about the League ecosystem. That all of the major, even the like CB LoL, for example, is completely different. They're all so unique.
Yeah.
In what makes them fun.
Part of the reason why we're so unique is because we're sitting here just chatting to you guys for forever
Yeah.
after the series are over. So we just get a little bit of an opportunity to actually
That's
have
nice.
a chat.
We enjoy
But
it.
now-
Spending time with you.
Unfortunately,
You know,
it is it's
time.
time to stop comment.
stop comment.
So we'll stop comment and we'll talk to you later.